Hello, good morning. How are you all doing today? I can hear myself. I need to turn off the monitoring. That's a thing I accidentally turned on yesterday. Well, I didn't accidentally. I turned it on purpose yesterday, and then I guess I didn't turn out the volume of the main. Oh, I unplugged my audio cable. Hold on. Do monitor off. Okay. Now I can't hear myself through the actual external speakers, which is, a thing. Yeah, you're right. Hopefully we won't need it again today. Hello, Asitsu. How are you doing today? And also, hello, Scott. I'm doing pretty good. You're thinking, oh, you're gonna lose your Linux virginity today and install Arch the old-fashioned way. So you're going straight to Arch. That. Let us know how it goes. It's not something I would normally sort of expect going straight to Arch. Usually most people start their Linux journey by going into either Fedora or Ubuntu or one of those two. But then they're like, okay, this is nice. Let's see what else is out there. And then it's like, okay, well, let's try Debian. Let's try, some other things. And eventually they get they make their way to Arch, or they go back to Ubuntu or something like that. That's what it seems to be. But yeah, let us know how it goes and how you enjoy it. All right, so today we are focusing on the screens. So we're working on the Get Ready screen, which we take a look at the game as it is right now. We have the Asteroid start screen, which is looking pretty good. I like it. We hit space to start, and this is what we got. So we need, basically, I'm thinking that Get Ready is just maybe just a silent countdown for 1 second or something like that. We can even do a countdown to hey, 3, 2, 1, go, or actually we could actually display Get Ready. Okay, Scott, you did try Debian first, then Mint, then Endeavor, Alpine, and OpenSUSE. Okay, well then I wouldn't say that you're losing your Linux virginity today. That doesn't sound right? That sounds like you lost it to Debian. Okay, so we have you. Do I want to? I probably want to actually have a Get Ready screen, don't I? An actual text. So if we go to UI, we have title screen, and I wonder if I just copy you. Oh, we already have plain screen there. Okay, hold on. If I just copy the contents of you, do I really want to? Probably do. Let's see. Get ready screen. All right. What do we want to do with this? So it's probably not going to be Asteroids. It's probably going to be. It's we have the main section, and that's going to be Get Ready, and then sort of subtitle, and then this will be. Oh, you know what we should do with this one? We should make this a countdown timer. So it's 4 seconds. It's back. Oh, the popping is back? The popping is back. Is that what you're saying? Huh. What could possibly be causing that? Because, okay, so yesterday we verified that the popping was not caused due to, it was not due to the microphone, the Focusrite box, the cables. It was audible in OBS on its way out. What kind of settings could I do to prevent this or shut it down? Is there something that I could do to are there any settings besides just restart the entire stream, which I don't want to do? Okay, as a test, I'm gonna switch the microphone to a not great microphone. I'm going to switch it to the webcam microphone because that's the only other mic that's even halfway decent right now attached to this device. And I want to do that to see if the popping decreases. So I'm currently still on the Focusrite. And now we are on the microphone that, from the camera. So guess it's time for me to listen to see if the popping does the popping go away with that microphone, switching the audio inputs? Does that make it go away a little bit? It's still there. Custard, hello. How are you doing today? Wrong kind of. This stream is popping. Yeah. It went away. No, wait. Okay. It went away, popping now. Or wait, no popping now. Okay. I misread that as something. Sounds like a loose connection or a mic cable. I guess what that could be is then that could be the connection between the cable and the computer. All right, I need to find a better cable. All my cables are so short. Okay, well, here's about the same length of cable. I know. The commas, no commas. I apparently added a comma in my mind. That was the thing. Okay, so let's try. Well, you know what else it could have been? I have another thing plugged into the focus. That could do it too. Okay, so let's switch back to our Focusrite. Okay, we are back to here. We're back to the good microphone again. Yeah, Custard. I'll go ahead and give a summary rundown right after we get the audio working again. Sounds okay? All right. So, sounds good. Okay. Now, let me try plugging this in. How about now? Popping still? Or popping back? Maybe, possibly. I think it's only when I'm talking, right? So if I just talking. Okay. So I have two things going into my Red Scarlet say P words. I like the protocol says that we should pop all of the asteroids with peg legs and oh yeah, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. I don't know. Sounds good. I'm surprised I was able to say that so well. Yeah. Sounds good so far. Okay. All right. So we'll leave it as it is right now. If it gets worse, let me know and we can try some more stuff. All right. Let's do a quick summary of where we are with the project. So we'll start with the actual like running of it. So when we run, we start off with this title screen here. This title screen is made with the UI system inside of Bevy, and that looks like this. Bevy made the choice to have their UI system kind of based on what is it called? HTML or kind of HTML and CSS. So we're creating nodes, which is this, like a text section. So think of this like creating an HTML node. But then I'm also adding in a style, sort of like CSS to this. And then I'm able to add some styles at the end with this. So I create a single node. So think of that like a div, which has two things of text in it. So think of that like two spans in this case. And then I position them using the equivalent of flex box because, it lets you do that. In the main library, we're able to create a brand new application and we bring in the default plugins. The default plugins are what Bevy has that like, oh, most game needs these. Okay, so just bring them all in default plugins. Otherwise, we'd have to bring a bunch of them in ourselves. And we didn't really know which ones we needed at the beginning, so the default ones were really nice to sort of get going with. Then I have the shape plugin, and shape plugin is from a third-party library that I'm using to create the shapes. So if we take a look at these asteroids, we're using the shape library for that. And the shape allows me to just say, okay, here's the shape, and then I only want the outline of it, which is surprisingly hard to do in native Bevy. Like we need that third-party library just for that. And then my game is a plugin itself. And so we could have all different parts of the game be plugins and sort of, plug it in that way. But right now my game is just a single plugin. For the game, we're able to run, okay, so app add events. So like we have two different events that we can emit out from different systems. And there's the collision event and the explosion event. And we basically, if you remember good old Angular or something like that, you have, or most of like the front end frameworks for web, you have to initialize or basically say like, hey, we're going to be using these things in the app. And that's what this reminds me of here. We have resources here. Resources are basically little static pieces of data. We can change them throughout the game if we want to. We can get mutable reference to it and update it. And world size is not doing that. So this is just a resource that everything has access to. Asteroid count, however, that is going to change. That's essentially going to be our level, right? And then we have a state. So our game state, we're beginning with starting, but there's actually several different things that we can do with it. So for example, if I go to where that is, we have starting, get ready, playing, game over, and we've decided to add in a boss game state for, when you're playing this game while you're supposed to be working on site and your boss walks into the office. Super topical because everybody's being recalled back to the office now. So I guess the idea is that if you're all having to go back to the office, we play as many games as possible while there because, well, that's going to be our way to protest being forced back to the office. Let it be our choice. But that's neither here nor there. Let's continue on. So we start with the starting state. And now we can start adding systems. And systems are the functions that actually do all the logic, do all the work. That sounds like asking to be fired. I mean, it is. That is asking to be fired for that. Yeah. So don't actually do that, please. Also, Archie the developer, hello. How are you doing today? Okay, add systems for startup. So startup is something that runs once. So like when the entire game starts for the very first time, it runs these systems here and then it will never run them again. So I basically add a camera and we add a border around the camera and we can see just this like very light white line around that. And that's because if I update and like change the size of this game, I can see like, okay, well, that's the edge of the world. I can't actually play out here. We can also there's an event lifecycle system. So I can basically do an on enter. So when the game state starts the starting state, I want to run these systems. And this is a once also, just like startup, it's going to say, okay, I want to spawn some asteroids and I want to put up the title screen. Okay, perfect. Diablo, hello. How are you doing today? My wife was up really late last night and the cat is sleeping on her. So it's not really easy for me to grab Cato right now. So maybe, again, like it mostly is, maybe later. Maybe we'll be able to grab him later. Okay. I can also do one on exit. So when we leave, I want to reset the game, which this system is going to basically say like, okay, well, we're resetting the entire game. Let's go ahead and set our level to 1. So number of asteroids we're going to have is 1, and also reset the UI. So basically just remove everything that we have on the UI. I've earned myself a follower, and as you've been for 9 days since graduating, you're job hunting, losing hope, but maintain your optimism at the same time. Otherwise, you're doing great. Well, I hope that you have a really good luck with finding a job. It's really weird and tough market right now. And it has been for a while, and I don't see it getting any less weird. So good luck with that. The first job is always the hardest, and it gets easier after that first job. That's the only thing I can really say. Been hunting in school for at least 6 months. Well, if you have any questions or other things, we have our Discord and we'd be happy to sort of like chat about that. Plus, if you just need to rant about the market, that's also a thing we can do. Continuing on. So in our ad systems, we have get ready. So, okay. So basically on enter, when we're moving into get ready, and get ready happens when I hit the space bar. So when I hit space here, we're now in the get ready state. And the idea that I have for this is that it's going to be like display, get ready, maybe like a 3, 2, 1 counter, and then automatically move us into the playing state where we have our one asteroid for this level, and then we have to, defeat all the asteroids, which is great. But we haven't really added that in yet. I can't actually exit the get ready state yet. But here, like, we add a player in so we can see our ship. We, what is this? We spawn the asteroids. Okay, so we do another spawn asteroids, but we can't spawn the asteroids until the player is added because the asteroid system has some logic in it to say like, hey, do we have a player in a scene? If we do, let's go ahead and not spawn an asteroid on top of the player. It turns out that would be nice to do, is just not kill the player on turn 1. That would maybe be helpful. You like the enter exit? It is. It reminds me so much of front-end frameworks, of the lifecycle methods, and it is nice. I like working with something that has like explicit on enter, on exit things, as opposed to React's event hook, where you basically just have one hook for all the lifecycle methods, which is not. I still don't like it as much. I'm just too old school, I guess. Lillian, hello. How are you doing today? Okay, so we have our spawn asteroids. Oh, am I using libnotify for Twitch chat? No, I am using Restream. So the things you see up here, that's the Restream sort of native look for it. I haven't really done anything to customize it. And then I just have both YouTube and Twitch up on my other monitor so I can see them both. Are you doing sick? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully you feel better. Okay, so then I want to start updating the positions after we spawn the asteroids, but this isn't working. Well, actually, I guess it kind of is working because I'm not applying the velocity. That's what I need to do. I need to apply the velocity, and then these will just start moving around the screen, which I guess we don't really want to do yet. All right. And then I have this add systems update, which was the original one that we started with to sort of like make the game run. We're not sort of running in here, but as you can see, we just have a bunch of systems that do all sorts of different things, like firing a bullet and handling the ship exploding and doing other fun things. So we're getting to the point where it's kind of feeling a little bit more like Legos, where now I have a bunch of stuff that I've written and now I can sort of plug and play in the order and in the sort of like areas that I want, and then it just sort of does what I want it to do. So that's so much in like any kind of app. This is so much nicer to when we get to this point, which is great. Okay, so will there be gravity pulling it towards the ship or ship towards it, depending upon which has the greatest mass? No, I am sort of like going with the original asteroid clone idea. I haven't really decided if there's going to be any spins of my own towards it. Like we could potentially do something like add mass to the objects and then add gravity to it. That could be fun. There could be other types of things too. Can you mix the schedule and state? ID update, but only in starting. Yes, absolutely, we could. Because I could say add systems, schedule. It wouldn't be update like that. It would be this. So in update, run all of these systems, but only run if we're in state starting. So actually I have that right now. So run these update systems if we're in starting. Yeah, and then if you want multiple conditionals, we could do this. Actually, wait, I removed it. Never mind. Oh, here, you can see the commented out one. Let me uncomment it so you can see it a little better. So we can say like, okay, here's this empty state. I haven't put any systems in here yet, so it will yell at me because you have to have some systems in there. Otherwise it, crashes. So we can say, okay, run if we're in state plain and also in state get ready. So that's also something we can do. Yeah, and the conditional applies to the chain. Absolutely. So that's kind of where we are. That's kind of what we have with the game. And I guess we could take a look at, well, pretty much everything is a system. And so if we take a look at our UI that we're trying to make for the GUI, it is just a system. So we have this get ready screen. So if I copy you, It's yellow there because we haven't added it in here. So let's see, where do I want to put this? I want to put this when we enter get ready. I want to add in this system, right? So we're going to do systems UI get ready screen. And just by doing that, well, I guess not just by doing that. I also have to make sure that this works and does the thing that I want it to do. So we're going to have like a countdown. So we'll just start with like 3, but that's not helpful. That's just a static number. It's never going to count down. Wheel time summary, meeting ahoy, going to lurking mode. Well, thank you, Custard, for hanging out with me, and have a good meeting. Or at least have as good as a meeting as you can. All right, so commands. So this is for spawning an entity in our system. So to bring in a command, I need to mute commands. Why did you bring in twice? You don't need to do that. Okay, so we got you. So text bundle. Okay, so we're going to create some text. So instead of name, we're going to put this as title, be font size 100, and then you can be the subtitle, your font size 25. Justify the text center, and then position this all in the center, and then you are UI. So we insert you as a UI. Okay, great. So get ready screen now should have that. I'm at that point where I'm now running this every single time I make a change just to make sure it runs the way I want it to. So we switch here and we have get ready. My ship is underneath, which kind of makes it a little bit hard to read, but I think it's going to be fine. How does Helix compare to other editors you have used in the past? Let's see, other editors I've used in the past. So way back in the day, when I was a systems administrator, I just used VI. Not even Vim. I just used VI. And it's VI is like pretty much as plain as you can get. There's no plugin system. There's nothing else like that. I then switched to Vim, but I still used it. I didn't use plugins until I became a software engineer. When I was a sysadmin, it was just plain old VI and Vim. And then I switched to, let's see, when I started learning web development, I started using Sublime Text. And I would say that's where like it starts to feel more closer to what we have with Helix. So I think that it's basically like Sublime Text without installing any plugins. And then after Sublime Text, it was Atom to VS Code back to Vim, but this time installing plugins and a plugin manager, Vim back to VS Code, then to NeoVim with plugins and everything. And then from there, we went to Helix. And so out of all of those, so far, I'm liking Helix the most, mostly because I don't feel I have to do very much with the configuration. It's really fast. I was running into some troubles with VS Code where it just feels like it's getting slower and heavier all the time. So I'm really enjoying a lighter editor, if that makes sense. All right, I'll answer Archie after we get back from the ads, so we can we actually can set up Cargo Watch. I think that'll be fine. We had done that earlier. Okay, I think we're back. Sorry about that. With all the fun ads. Okay, so Archie, you asked about why don't we use Cargo Watch? And we did use Cargo Watch initially, and it sort of drove me a little bit crazy because there was some times where I didn't want to run the app. Like when I save something, like for example, when I'm inserting this, I don't really need to run the app right now. As soon as I save this, and I think the thing that drives me the most crazy is that after I'll just show it. When I run you, I have Alacrity focused. I go into the app. That's great. I quit the app, but I'm no longer in Alacrity. For some reason, Bevy decided to, I don't know if it's Bevy. I don't know if it's something else. It drops me into the Finder, which on a Mac is basically just like the desktop. So it doesn't bring me back to Alacrity anymore, which is unfortunate. So I have to click back into here. And that is the reason why I don't like, because I can't just it's 2 keystrokes instead, which sucks. Okay, so app insert, we want to insert a resource. This is going to be our countdown, and we're going to start with 3. If I need to change that to a get ready countdown, we will. Okay, so if I do that as get ready countdown, then we can grab that resource out of here. And I probably actually want to, oh, no, I'm going to have something else display that. So I just want, let's see, a resource query. So this is going to be countdown is a resource, countdown in it. And we're going to use that here. So we're going to format, so new line, and then I have to, okay, so we have to countdown. So dereference. Oh, it's I do implement deref. Okay, perfect. So it's a double deref for countdown, like that. So now that gives me, okay, so it's still gonna be the same 3. Oh, did I answer about the cargo watch? I did answer. Okay, so I guess you were still in the ads were lagging. Twitch told me the ads were done. It lied. I'm sorry about that. Okay, yeah. So for the cargo watch, just to I'll repeat that. The reason why I'm not using cargo watch is because when I open up the application and we played around a little bit, when I quit out of it, it doesn't drop me back into my editor. It drops me into just basically nothing at all. So I have to either click back in or basically command tab back in, which that itself is annoying enough to make me not want to open it up on every save. Because I don't open up on every single time I hit save, it's just most of the times I hit save. But yeah, it's a bit annoying. Not enough annoying for me to like figure out something to do about it, just enough annoying for me to not use that feature. Other issue we didn't mention with Cargo Watch, it holds the cargo lock, which can screw with or be screwed by a Rust analyzer. Oh, is that? Oh, it can? Oh, I don't think I've actually, I don't know if I was aware of that or was thinking about that. But yeah, that could make sense. All right, so now we have get ready 3. Now I need a system to update the, I guess this is going to be in shared systems. We have a pub function. This is going to be the reduced timer system. So count down system. So we will have, I don't even need to query, right? I just need the countdown, a mute countdown. Countdown. Oh, but I do need a timer to know that this is every second. Wait. Do I want this? Oh, okay. I think I actually want in resources, instead of this to be U8, I think I want this to be a timer. It's that, right? Tracks elapsed time. Is it timer or is it counter? I think it's timer, right? Okay, I think that because I can get out of it, right? Or am I gonna have to have 2 of these? That's why you don't do it. A project eventually gets big enough that the build process isn't done by the time you try to use Rust Analyzer in the editor. Oh, yeah. Okay. That would explain why a bunch of times Rust Analyzer starts getting really delayed for me. Yeah. You like the stream? Well, thank you for that. I'm glad that it's helpful. Okay, so if we go to the library, you're going to be a little bit upset here because this countdown is now supposed to be a timer. So timer creates a new timer with a given duration in seconds. So we'll do, what are you? Duration 3. Oh, and then timer mode. And I want you to be run once and stop. That's fine. Run once and stop. Okay, mismatch expected. U8 found, wait. Oh, I didn't save it. And you need to be an actual duration, right? Oh, you need to just be a float. Perfect. Now, what I'm curious about is, doesn't implement display. Okay, can I actually get access to something, anything? So 0 is, okay, so 0 is the timer. Finished, elapsed. Returns the time elapsed on the timer, guaranteed to be between 0 and duration. Okay. Ooh, elapsed seconds. Okay, so if I do that, what does that look like? Oh, it's already 0 by the time I get to it. So I need to reset you. I need to reset it as soon as we start. Okay, so when we enter get ready, I need to run the system reset countdown. Okay, this is where the shared system comes in. I need to reset countdown. So up function reset countdown. I'm only going to run this once, so I don't need to query. I just need a mute countdown is going to be a res mute countdown. And I guess we're just going to do countdown dot reset. Yeah, countdown or reset. So it sets back to 3 again. And so on enter get ready, we also do a systems shared reset countdown. I am not saving my file very often today. That's a thing. Okay, so we have you, which means that now I should be able to see the countdown go from 3 to 1, right? No. Why is that? It just is 0. Oh, tick. There's no tick. I reset the countdown. I need to also update the countdown. So pub function, or really like tick countdown. So that's a mute too, right? So we do that. Nope, not there. I just lost this. Okay, so systems shared tick the countdown. Now I want to, okay, so we have our mute countdown. I want to do a countdown.tick like that. Oh, advance the timer by delta seconds. So I need, what is it? Time. So time is a res time, I believe. Time dot delta. I think it was that, right? Okay. Time dot delta. And now, how about you? Still 0. Well, that's, wait a second. I need to update. Oh, I need to update. Okay, so this is just on enter where I need to tick the countdown and I need to display the UI on update. So when we're updating, okay, so if we're in starting like that, okay, so let's do this. So if we're in get ready, okay, so if we're in get ready, I also want to run tick countdown goes in here. And I also need to run the add player, update positions. I need this screen too. So run you when we start. Actually, only run you here. That's probably what. Only run you here. Don't run until after that, because otherwise it will still be 0, right? So get ready screen goes away. Okay, so we're going to reset the countdown so it doesn't start at 0. Tick countdown, but I want this to be after that. How did I screw that up that badly? You go in here. All right, cool. I know how to copy and paste into files. Okay. I need to it's infinitely adding this. Okay. Cool. That's a thing. So I need to also reset and then do that. Okay, so I need to reset the UI. Is this how you properly do that? I don't. Oh, wait. This is not how you do that. There is something in the Bevy cheat book about UI. Oh, no, it wasn't cheat book. It was, I was the other one. I think Asitsu shared it with UI stuff. Tainted coders, right. Displaying some text. Okay, so when text is part of our game world, then text will be rendered according to our camera rather than independently as part of our UI. So to spawn text within our UI, we use text bundle. A text bundle is just another node bundle with some, okay, so you are doing text bundle. Okay, so you have spawn button. Then we can create a system that reacts to any change in the action component which got spawned in our button bundle. Okay, so then here's our system. Okay, so we get our interaction query. When it's pressed, hovered, and none, then we can get the UI and change it. Oh, wait. That's something we can do? Text sections. Oh, that's what I want. This is what I want here. Okay, so I can have a system for updating the countdown UI. It is just an entity. I just wasn't sure I was actually going to be able to like reach in and do stuff to it, but it looks like I will. So instead of doing all this sort of like crazy stuff that I was starting to get ready to do, so get ready systems. I don't think I need to do this after anymore. We're going to put you up here again, but we are going to tick the countdown here. So we tick the countdown when we're in get ready. In systems UI, we have you, and that's great. But what I really want to do is then also have a function update get ready screen, and then that will be in this update here. So what do I want? There's only one UI, right? So we know that we're in here. So we're gonna say we're gonna have our query, which needs to be mute, doesn't it? Because we are going to affect it. So this is going to be a query. We are going to query for UI, right? What is it that I need? I need interaction. See, match interaction. But where's the text? Okay, so text query is query mute text. Wait, so is that what it is? It's just text? No, it's just text. It's text bundle. Okay, so I'm going to query for text bundle. Yeah, it is text. Okay. So I'm going to query for text here. So immutable reference to text. There is no text. Oh, there is a text. Okay, it just didn't find it in Rust Analyzer. That's fun. Okay, and then I also need my countdown timer. So then I would imagine I don't actually need this probably up here. Here's my guess, is that I just start with 3. Or I just start with nothing at all. One of those two. So we just say, here, just to be lazy, we'll just do that. Just to see if it works. So you go and do that. We get you as a countdown. I want to get the time remaining is our countdown. Okay, so in elapsed seconds, returns the time elapsed on the timer as an F32. Returns the time elapsed on the timer guaranteed to be between 0 and the duration. Will only equal duration when the timer is finished and not repeating. I want elapsed seconds. I wonder if I want to convert this. Okay, so we're going to keep this as an F32, but I might want to convert this back to a U8 or something. So we grab U, and then I want to get into, okay, so we want to do query. There's only one, right? So we have, and we're guaranteed to have it at this point in time because we're in update and we did that. Okay, so this should definitely exist for us. So we have our text is going to be our query single mute. Won't it update the main menu text too? Yes, but I don't have the main menu text in there, and I'm only going to run this system when we're in the state get ready. So it should be fine. This should be fine. Famous last words, or will it be famous first words? Okay, so we have you. No, this is not going to override any of those other ones because I'm going to be smart enough to not run the update get ready screen system anywhere but when we're updating the get ready screen. I think. Now, if I'm wrong, that will be funny. And it will probably leave us along the other things. Do I delete the other text nodes? Yes, I ran a clear, which deleted all the other text nodes. So they're all gone. So I want to do a text sections, which is a vector. And so I want section 2. So that's the second one. And we're going to say the value, and we're going to set that equal to time remaining. Oh, but you need to be a string? It needs to be a string. So this is going to be a format because you need to be a new line and then time remaining like that. Okay, so if we just do that, that should be happy now. Let's find out if I'm right or if I'm wrong. And it affects everything. So not affecting this, it's counting up. I thought a timer counted down. I think it's okay though. I can just we have original time is going to be equal to Rasmus. Hello. How are you doing today? We'll get to the PRs in a second. I want to see if I can get this working, which is a countdown for the get ready screen. So original time is what is this? It is 3, but I'm gonna need to put that somewhere, right? So we start with 3, and then I want to take time remaining is the original time minus the count down. How did I do that? Original time minus countdown elapsed seconds. And then let's also wrap this as a U8 because we love lossy conversions. That's fine. We're going to be fine. Okay, so if I do that, now we get here like this. We have our starting screen. Everything looks great. Yeah, that looks good. I like it. Okay, and ads are at the start. Okay, so after the ad break, Rasmus, we'll take a look at your thing. All right, so, but I like that. We have our timer, get ready. And so as soon as that timer is done, we want to then switch into actual playing mode automatically, which will then reset this again, and we'll go with that. Can I add 1 to that number? Absolutely. So I can add 1. Let's figure out where I want to put the total time. So let's go, it's probably just in the main library. We'll do that. Let's just have a const. Let's see. Get ready time is going to be U8. I think U8 will be fine, right? What does this need to be? Oh, it can be I don't want a duration. Well, it's an F32. Yeah. Sure, let's make this a duration. So then I'll take you. Oh, no. They do a duration. They create a duration for me. I can't create a duration for this. Okay, so never mind. This has to be an F32. And we're going to set this to be 4. So why did I do that in that mode? There we go. Get ready time. Get ready time there. And then in systems UI, when we update, I want original time. We have that. Our original time is going to be get ready time minus that, convert that to a U8, and then go from there. Okay. So now if we run this, there we go. Starts at 3, counts down to 0. It stays there forever because we don't have an exit case. But as soon as the timer is finished, so we're going to need a system for when the timer is finished to transition to the next state. But we can do that after we look at the pull request. So let's see. All right, welcome back. Let's go ahead and take a look at that pull request. So what was this? It was last week, right? Last week, Rasmus, you opened this pull request for us, which was for the collision, because we had a fun time getting the collision detection system working. So as a quick overview of our current collision detection system, we have, let's see, it is in shared systems, detect collision. So we start here. So we have actually several different systems around this. So in detect collisions, we just query for the position and sizes for everything that has been marked with a collidable marker. And then we have a collision event that we can then write to say like, hey, we collided to something. So we do the fun double for loop that a lot of people end up doing with something like this, because we're checking every single entity that is collidable with every single other entity that is collidable, which is fun, right? And so for every entity, we loop through all the other entities, and but it's actually, the fun thing is that we are skipping, so we're not checking the ones that we've already checked in the past. So it's not quite as bad as an O of n squared. It is, what is like O of n squared minus 1 or something like that. It's a little bit better. We basically we're doing circle collision detection here. So we just get the distance between the edge of us and the edge of the other circle. And if the distance is less than 0, they're overlapping, and therefore we send a collision event, and we basically send both entities. So we send entity 1 and entity 2. Oh, it's still O of n2, O of n squared, but it's just a smaller multiplier. Okay. I was hoping that like maybe it can be slightly better. I'm not familiar with like some of the more interesting O of n's, just like the normal ones. Okay, so that's detect collisions. We also have then in each of the main systems itself. So like for example, the ship system, we have a handle ship collisions. So here we are reading the collisions from the event. So we're reading all the collision events in case multiple of them happened at once. We don't know. And actually, these are all the collision events, right? So if two asteroids collide together, we're not doing anything about it, but they all go into the collision event because they're technically collidable. And so we figure out, okay, I put them together into an array. And then for those arrays, I do this essentially twice here. I say, okay, collided entities. Tell me if you are a entity. Like, I guess I find map entity, ship query get. Okay, yeah. So get me, ship query is this thing right here. So I have a query here, which gets me, that's only can be a ship. So tell me if you're a ship out of it. And it's a find map. So it's going to basically find if any one of them are a ship. If they are, exit out early. So it's not going to go through the entire list unless the last one is the ship, which is very possible. And get me the ship position and get me the ship. I then have to do the same thing for both them for an asteroid. And the idea here is that if none of them are a ship, we just continue. So we just continue on. And then we do the same thing for asteroids. So this type of logic allows us to say, okay, if we found a ship and we found an asteroid, the ship is blowing up. There's nothing we can do. We now know after this line that a ship has collided with an asteroid. So then I despawn the ship and I send the explosion event to basically mark where an explosion should happen. So we have a little animation happen there. Now, we came to that after quite a bit of experiments and lots of disagreements in Twitch chat, which was fun. So Rasmus, who you helped us with that system, right? Like that's one of the systems that you helped us with. So you created a pull request to go over some stuff. So let's take a look. Was there anything in here? I don't remember. This code is mainly here as a basis for discussions. The code has fewer concepts involved and fewer systems running, less data in ECS, less redundant computations, just simpler overall while maintaining the same logic. Okay, so whether or not we make a change to it, we don't know, but it's definitely a good discussion to have. So let's dive into it. So starting with, where should we start? Should we start anywhere specific, Rasmus, or just go from top to bottom? Go from bottom to top. Okay, bottom to top. So starting with our ship systems. So this is where the ship is, hey, I've collided with something. I need to do something about that. And we have handle ship collisions. So we are going to be taking in an asteroid query and a ship query. And the commands. And it looks like we're removing the collision event itself. So we no longer have collision events. For collision... in collision, oh wait, no, we do have. Why am I not reading that right? Oh wait, no, this is minus. We've removed that. Hold on, there's an easy way to look at this. How do I mark this into like the side-by-side mode so I can just see like the new one all together? Limanox, hello, how are you doing today? Oh, like this, split. Okay, ship systems. Ship client with asteroid. Okay, so we're going to have an asteroid query, we're going to have our ship query, and we're going to have our commands. We're going to get so basically get our ship position, ship size, ship entity in ship query, iterate through that, and then get all of the asteroids too. So we're only getting asteroids and ships. We're not querying for bullets, so that makes the things a little bit smaller, a little bit less things for us to check. We're only checking for things that could destroy us. Let distance, ship position, distance, Okay, so basically we just do our logic in here, which means that this logic has to be replicated a few different times. But then if it is collided, if it has collided, then we despawn it and do all the other logic. Say, hey, something blew up here, like an asteroid hit it. And I've done this before. I've done this in a previous Asteroids game that we created. This is the system that I did. It also gets rid of the mirroring problem. Yes. So in some ways I do like this. I think also the other thing is like I like the idea of doing something with events. This does feel a lot cleaner though, which is nice. So I might switch to it. And then so in Asteroids, so in shared systems, we get rid of the detect collisions. We just don't need that anymore, right? Debug systems, we don't need anything in there. Bullet systems. Okay, so in bullet systems, okay, so we don't have this in here, but in either bullet systems or asteroid systems, we're going to need to put in a collision. Bullets hitting asteroids. Okay, yeah. So bullets hitting asteroids will be the same exact thing that we have in ship. And you notice we have the exact same logic in here. It's just changed from bullet to ship. Yeah, and we can still send the explosion event from ship colliding with asteroids. Yeah, absolutely. So I do like this a lot. I do feel that this is easier to look at and will allow us to update this with a little bit more specificity, like it'll be if I added like a UFO in, for example, with different bullets, I could then add in like, oh, I'm also searching for anything with like collide with player or something like that. We could have in there. The break statement is also nice. Yeah, the break statement means like we're done because there's only one ship, right? Unless there are multiple ships. Wait, does this breaks out of here, right? Is it a double break or a single break? Break breaks out of this top for loop, right? And then the other ones continue on. Yeah. So yeah, that is nice. Yeah, if the ship explodes, it doesn't matter if it collides with additional asteroids. That would be fun. But I guess, yeah, it doesn't really matter. So I kind of do like this. What I'm going to do, because I do like that, and I kind of want to put that into here. Let's add that into... Because like if I want a UFO, we're going to have to do something different with the collision to make it a little bit easier to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, give me, let's do refactor. We can't refactor. We don't have any tests. So we're going to rewrite collision system to use. It's RAS must go goes style. So I'm going to throw that in there. You prefer the existing system with events because it's closer to what it would be if you used a third-party crate. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, I wonder, would a third-party crate... Oh, it wouldn't tell me what it was. It would just tell me that something happened. Oh, interesting. Okay. Because then we don't know what that is. And so this is more of like practice with third-party crate. Oh, interesting. Okay. So maybe at this point... choose if we want to rewrite collision stack. Okay. So I'm not yet. So for the collision system that we have, because we're not using a third party crate, it would make more sense to do something with Rasmus Ghost style. If we were to try to replicate a third party crate, we would go with the event system. But yeah, no need to complicate things to follow a hypothetical API, which is also very true because am I going to? Probably not for this game, but for the next game, we probably do need to do something like that because the next one, I definitely do want to play around with, like we add complexity in each game. We add like a little bit more in there and we just see what we can do with it. So I do like that. So yeah, let's just go ahead and say we're going to do that. I think it's more about learning how you would build a game with Bevy than making something as simple as possible. True, but both of them are valid with Bevy, right? Both of these systems are valid with Bevy. One is more valid if you are going to be using a third-party crate. One is more valid if you're just going to hand roll the collisions because they're simple, right? If you want to accelerate the collision detections, you can create a spatial hierarchy and query it instead of looping over everything. Which, if I was going to do that, I probably would use something like Rapier, because I believe they do that behind the scenes, right? They use some quad tree mechanics. We did that once ourselves a long time ago, and that was a lot of fun. And we visualized it too, which was also fun. But okay, so cool. Thank you for that, Rasmus. I'm going to keep that up so we can review it later if we really want to. Otherwise, well, should we? I'm not gonna like bring this in because like there's a stuff that's a lot of missing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go conversation. Yeah, there's so many conflicting files now. So this is great. And I'm gonna go ahead and close the comment. All right, so that way we can come back and we can review this later, but we're good to go. In this game where most things are roughly the same size, a spatial hash is likely a good choice. But we also don't have too many things on a screen, so therefore I don't think it's the same idea as before, right? There's no need to go with a spatial hash if we only have like a few things on the screen, because the computer can handle that many calculations at once. Okay, let's review. What are we working on here? So we have, we go into here, we have get ready, we have our ship, we have it count down to 0, and then I want to move into plane, the plane state, immediately after this. Okay, so I want, probably in the shared systems, we want to transition out of states. So we're going to do a pub function. Wait, did we have this? Was there like a state transition? Shared systems, explosions, debug. States don't have anything like that. Yeah, okay. Oh, I have this transition states. Okay, so clear just pressed. I don't know if I like that anymore. Because I think now I want transition from get ready to plane. So in update, okay, so in update for get ready, we're going to have systems shared that. We need the countdown, right? Okay, so we need our countdown, and then we also need the states. This is going to be a mute. It's good. The current state. So we need the next game state. We need the current state, current game state. And I think that's it for this, right? So we are going to, let's see, countdown. Okay, so we need to check to see if the countdown is finished. So really, if this is not finished, I want to return. We're done. We're not going to do anything else. If, however, we are finished, then it's time to go to the next state. So I want to match on the current game state. Get. And this is where, like, I don't know if this is the proper way to do a system or something like this, because it's like extremely specific, but it's like very specific logic for that too. So I don't really know what the best way to do it is. So we have starting, get ready, plane, and boss. Okay, so it's really just in get ready. I now want to next game state set it to be game state plane, and then you all should be unreachable. Xanax, hello. How are you doing today? Okay, so this should now transition us directly into plane. So let's see if that works. So 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. I can actually turn now. So that's good. That's cool. All right. So I think we did. Okay. So we need to exit out. So on enter, get ready. I also want so add systems. This is going to be in on exit. On exit, game state, get ready. Okay, so when we exit, get ready, we are going to, let's see, what is it? Have systems. Okay, we want to reset the UI, and that's pretty much it, right? We just reset the UI, so remove all those. And now we're in update. We're just in normal update, which is this one right here. And I want run fn state plane. Okay, well, that's what I want. Why didn't that runF in-state plane? Oh, have I removed a bunch of stuff from here? So we have apply velocity. Oh, there's no update positions. Well, that's a thing. Okay, so if I want to update positions, there we go. I can move around. I can shoot my bullet. I can destroy all these things. We get our explosions. I do not, we just go off the edge of the screen. Okay, so we need to wrap around entities too. Apparently I decided to remove that as well. I don't know why I decided at some point in time just to harvest systems from the actual gameplay one and move them to other areas when I knew that we were going to need them here anyways. Okay, there we go. So now we have things there we can play. Okay, so we can play the game and everything looks good and normal. Okay, so what would be next? Like we can play now. I guess we want to do more transition type states. When I finish the level, I want to display, are those systems chained? They are chained. Most of them are chained, yeah. Okay, so what did I want to do? Oh yeah, and the score. We need the score too. Let's see what we got here. So okay, so this is the get ready. We now have that done. So then plane is kind of almost also done, right? You might want to move the position one down a bit. Oh, you're right. It was spawning the bullets in center. Hold on. I want to do fire bullets, update the positions. So the location on here doesn't matter, right? Because it runs them in any order. But what I can do is I can say, run this after I fire the bullet. Also move or hide the ship when counting down for readability. I guess I could do that. For some reason, I thought maybe just like having the ship there would be nice, but we don't have to do that. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I have the chain. So I have this, change the thruster colors, and then we have all of these together and chained together, which like a lot of them I think can actually just be separated. I don't think that really matters. So now I believe that the bullets shouldn't, oh, no, it didn't like that. Oh, so that chain says to run it in order. Oh, that's how that works. Okay. I'll do the after. Let's do this at the end. Yeah, we can go ahead and remove the ship. For some, or we can move the title up a little bit. That could also work. Let's see, let's move out. Yeah, now the bullets are correctly spawning where we want to. The asteroids don't spawn like weird center places. We're good to go. So it's looking good. All right, I like it. Okay, so that's get ready and plane. Let me also add a comment in here for learning purposes. So this chain tells the above systems that they need to run in order. Now, having these all in here is probably not a great idea because we don't really need them all in here, do we? We can have them in different places as well. Okay, but let's see. We have plane. We're going to want a game over screen. Can I push my changes? Yes, I will push them right now. All right, so get commit. This is, I guess this is transitioned from get ready to plane. And that's pushed up. And then, you know what? Because it's easy to find the code on YouTube. It's not so easy to find the code on Twitch. Let me go ahead and find this code here. And I will add a command in for this. Commands, custom. Okay, so create an asteroid clone in Bevy, in Rust and Bevy. And find the code at, and then alias is also. Okay, so if you use the bang project command in Twitch or the bang code command, it'll give you the same thing, which includes a link to the code. All right, so that's updated. Game over screen. So I guess something else that we can do for this UI, let's move up. Let's move this up a little bit. So now if I wanted to do that, could I just do like a margin down by just a tiny bit? Or you know what? Maybe I just don't make you centered. What if I just make you top center? and I just do that. How does that feel? That feels perfectly fine to me. I like it. Okay, so we just do that. It's you can see where the asteroid is, you can see where you are, so you now know I'm in danger, and we're good to go. Okay, so next up is going to be the death screen. Game over screen. Game over screen. Okay, so we have on exit, get ready. Okay, so if we want to do this, we're going to need to also switch over to that. So we need another pub function. Okay, so this is a transition from plane to game over. And I want to do that and update for running, right? So if we have hue, so after chain, I think we can put this here, right? So yeah, we have a comma there, so I can say systems, shared systems, transition to game over. I want to find, okay, so we're just going to query for the ship, because if the ship is gone, then we transition to game over, right? Like that's all we really care about here. You only get one life in this game. You don't, there's no 3 lives. You only get 1 life, right? That feels appropriate. You just have to get better at the game. Going for realism, I see. See, like, yeah, you get it. It's a, oh, you know what? This is it's a roguelike. It's a roguelike. Roguelite. Like extremely light, but very rogue. Or maybe more rogue, more light than rogue, something like that. It's 1 life. That's all it is. Okay, so transition from plane to game over. I just want the ship, right? So we have our ship query, and that's going to be a query for, I want the entity with the ship. And that's all I really care about, right? Because what I care about is to say, if ship query, now there's a single is empty. Returns true if there are no query items. Okay, so if ship is empty, and I really like the idea of not using an else for this. So if you're not empty, I just want to return, and we guard this function. If we are empty, I want to go ahead and transition us. So we want a from state to get state. No, they're not. Thank you for that, SE2. Okay, from state to get state. So I want the next game state. It's an interesting choice with a comma, but okay. We want to then just say next game state, set it to be a game state, game over. And that's it. That's all we're doing with this. So now when I die, we go to game over state, which does nothing. I think it's just going to be a blank screen, right? When I do that right now. Okay, so it leaves everything up. It leaves everything up on screen that we have here. So we have our explosion. We don't do any updates. We don't do anything else like that, which is fine. Sylvie, hi. Want to hang out? Want to say hi to everybody? Want to be a shoulder cat and stick your butt in my head, as cats do? Okay, now he's a parrot cat. What are you looking for? You want to come down? Okay, so I mean, I kind of like the look of this. So you can see like how crazy everything was. That actually looks pretty good. So let's get some UI going. So we have a systems UI. We have our game over screen. Okay, so we're going to run this. I don't really have like a good system for like adding these in. Or like figuring out what I want to do with this. So we're gonna say, oh, and Zilby is kind of here. Hold on, let me point a camera at him. He's next to the light, so this might work. Yeah, okay, you can see him. Okay, so I want to do an app. Oh, it would have to be in here. So app dot add systems. For this specific system, I want to be as a on enter, because I think we're good to go with not change anything for the game itself. So on enter, game state, game over. Okay, so when we enter game state, game over. I want to add in, what is this? Systems UI, game over screen. Expected that, found mute app. Oh, close you off. Okay. For a game over screen, I want to do the exact same thing that we had here. So for our title, we can maybe just say game over. And then our subtitle will be our score eventually. So this one would probably be something like score. And then here, we'll just have, you have 3. You're always 3. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Okay, so we need commands. And then everything else is fine. You appear in the exact center of the game. Actually, you appear at the top center, which is, I think that's going to be okay. I wonder if I want to do something like, is there a margin? There is a margin. Is a UI rect. Okay, so if I do a margin UI rect, top, and let's do something like 50. Oh, expected a val. Oh, sure. Let's do percent view height 25. Okay, so it'll be 25% of the way down, going down. So it'll be halfway, or like somewhere between top and middle. Okay, so if we run that again, I might want to do the same thing for get ready, depending upon how this looks. Otherwise, I might just want to have it be just a little bit more. I kind of like that. I kind of like that position a little bit more. Okay, so now we have game over screen. So let's take you and copy you and throw you into the same get ready here. Okay. What's then? Oh, I probably want another, okay, so we have a subtitle for the score. And then I kind of want to just do like another press space to end, like press space to exit, quit. Do I want to quit, or do I want to just go back to, I probably just want to go back to the main like front page, like starting page. Or we can just do press space to try again. We can just do that. Press space to try again. So we have you. Now in shared system, we have that transition states. And this one is just saying, hey, if we press and release space and we're game over, oh yeah, this goes back to starting. So next game set starting. I kind of want to go just to get ready again. And then we need to add in an on exit game over. Katali, hello. How are you doing today? It's been a while. Everything is going pretty good. We're in that the really fun part of making a game. Okay, so on exit, this is gonna be game state, game over. Okay, so when we exit game over state, I then want to have my system be, okay, systems. Okay, so shared systems, what do I want to do? I want to reset the game. We want to reset the UI. Okay, so reset UI, reset the game. I think those are the only ones I really care about, right? So if we play this, I believe now we can just continue playing a loop now, right? No, I'm not done yet. There's reset game actually does that. Never mind. Reset game resets our score back to 1 again. We don't really have a score. It sets the number of asteroids we're gonna have. So okay, 1 asteroid. Let's get ourselves up to like, we'll do this. Now I'll die. Okay, I'll try to die. There we go. We get game over. Our score is 3. Any Cato yet? Yes, we have a Cato. You should be able to see it. It's next to me, or he's next to me. He's not looking at the camera though. He is a cat after all. Okay, press space to try again. Oh, it didn't work. It didn't work. Why is that? Because I need to, I need to run the transition state. I need a transition. Okay. We have on exit, inner update. Okay, so starting, get ready. Which one are you? System, so at this level. Want another one. And this is going to be a run if. We're in state. Game state. game over. And the only thing we care about here, systems, shared systems, transition states. I think that's the only one we really care about. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, you had a phone call? You missed the grand entrance? It was great. Zilby came down. I picked him up. He hung out in our arms for like 10 seconds, did not purr into the microphone, and then crawled up around my shoulders and, messed with my head a little bit, and then crawled across to go to where he is now. Okay, so let's do that. We have 2 asteroids, and then I unfortunately die. Okay, press space to try again. Ooh, the explosion is still there. Oh wait, but the explosion goes away. Okay, so I still want to update. Can I just update things? So if I just have systems, shared systems, update positions like that, I wonder if that would work, or if I need apply velocities too or something. KO2 fan, hello. How are you doing today? No, that doesn't update the explosion. Okay, so I want the explosion to stay there. Handle explosion. Update explosions. That's what I want. Update explosion and remove explosions. So I don't need update positions. I just want update explosion and remove explosion. Like that. Okay. That's good. I'm doing pretty good. The game is looking pretty nice, which is excellent. Okay, so we do something. We hit air, the explosion then happens. We're gone. Everything's great. We then reset the game. We're going to play again. And we're back to 1 asteroid. Perfect. Okay, I like it. So now we can actually kind of play for real. There's no, there is no, why did that not update those explosions? Oh, because I did it too fast. The explosions don't update if I press the space bar a little bit too quickly and we end up in the start. So let's add that into get ready state. We'll just throw you in there. Okay. So that's all good. I think that now we can say game over is correct. Oh, did you update the pull request for that? Okay, hold on. We just added a bunch of code though. Okay, hold on. Okay, so what is happening? We are game over screen displays when ship dies. Okay, so that's updated there. Let's take a look at this PR. Simple collisions. Oh, no conflicts. Nice. I guess I didn't change the systems too much. So what do we have? We have use ECA event. You removed okay, so you removed the collision event. So remove the collision part, so we just have the explosion event. We don't add the collision event in, which is fine. And we also remove the shared systems detect collisions from running during something. Oh, impl. Okay, so probably one of the updates, right? You might want to read it commit by commit. Okay, let's do that. So we'll do one at a time. Can we? No, that actually sends me over there. I want this. Okay, yeah. So we remove. Okay, so this is just for the ship systems. Ship systems itself, and we already let's see. So we remove the collision. So we just have the explosion event. We also for handle ship collisions. We do what we were talking about before, and this does the shared, the single calculation for that. And then we despawn the ship, and we send the explosion event. Okay, so that's that one. Then for this one, we remove our collisions. This is the asteroid systems. It's gonna be the same thing then. So for handle collision, so we remove the bullet query and asteroid query. No, we update the bullet query and asteroid query. So we know who they are. We remove the collision event reader. We then just have our double loop through here where we're checking to see if a bullet is touching an asteroid. And if it is, we despawn the bullet and we despawn the asteroid. Um, the the reason you're not allowed to stream is because you'd say shit instead of ship on purpose. Isn't I mean, we're all adults here. You just mark your stream as adult, 18 and plus. And then people go in like, oh, 18 and plus, stream. What's going on here? This must be interesting. What's happening? And then all it is just literally like, have you ever watched You Do and People Still Got Salty? Oh, that sounds not fun. I was gonna say, like, you can make it the entire. Does anybody remember when the FCC removed the restrictions on some of the bad words like shit? And South Park did the episode where they saw how many shits they could add into a single episode, and they had a counter at like the top right of the screen. It reminds me of that. Like, what if you did that? Maybe people wouldn't be quite so salty if now, like, that's the entire point. And it summoned an actual curse. It did summon an actual curse. Yeah. And now I don't remember exactly what the outcome of that was. Something like, oh, we shouldn't, like, the curse words don't really like mean as much. Like, they're not as interesting. 20 years ago. Don't remind me. What was I? Yeah, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what I was doing back then. We're both old, yeah. If you're not old enough to have watched that when it came out, go find at least part of that episode or just like a summary of it. It was fun. Okay, so then we just do the same thing. If it touches, we despawn, we send an explosion event. Okay, we're good to go. Mute RNG thread. Okay, so yeah, then we just do this thing. Oh yeah, and then we create the 2 new asteroids, and then they go off and do their own thing. So that's cool. And then for ship position. Wait a second. Is this still in the asteroid systems? Wasn't there a ship also in the previous one? Oh, handle ship collisions is in asteroid system? I don't remember that anymore. Will this double loop scale if there are a lot of asteroids? No. So, or rather, it will just take longer if we have enough asteroids on the screen. And I have no idea how many asteroids and how many collision things will cause it to slow down. So it would be interesting to see that. Now, that being said, we're kind of doing this many loops anyways, as it is. So now you're just removing explosion event from everywhere. And that's good to go. Okay. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think I'd be happy to pull this in and we can just try this out and see if it works. Worst case example, we'll just revert the commit and continue on. So what can possibly go wrong with this? Let's go ahead and merge this PR. So first off, everything is all good here. So GitHub PR view. So can I see that? GitHub. Fine. I'll do it the GUI way. I don't know the other one. Let's see. Let's squash and merge this. Oh, an ad break started. Checking for every bullet with enough high fire rate might fry my CPU. True. I have a fire rate of 3 though. So we can only have 3 bullets on a Is that true? On a screen at one time. I think so. Looks good. Okay, comment and squash and merge. Now I have the latest, right? I do. So confirm that. We'll git pull U and let's run this and see if it works. Okay, we're back here. Oh, you're getting ads on one device and not the other? Yeah, that's true. Okay, also for No Demon, what I mentioned during the ads was, yeah, we only can fire 3 bullets at a time. I can't have more than 3 bullets before it like fires new ones. So there are limitations for what we can do, which is nice for this. Okay, so we are getting those. Let's also die ourselves. Excellent. And then we can reset and everything still works. You have 1? As in, did you pull the game down and beat it? I have not won. That's true. I have purposely not won. Okay. So cool. So that's still working, which means that we can do that. Excellent. All right. Boss mode. This is a requested mode for purposefully not one. Yes. I mean, should I just do this one? Even though I'm testing the game, I've not won again on purpose every single time, so it's always sarcasm. Okay, so we had decided that boss mode was a feature request early on for what happens if we are playing the game and our boss walks in, or our spouse or somebody else. Like somebody comes in and sees us playing this game when we're supposed to be doing something else. Handle ship collisions is duplicated. Oh, where is that? Where is it duplicated? Also, let me reload all, because everything got updated from that. One is not used. The handle ship collision in the ships, right? Which is not saying it's not used. It's the one in the ships though, right? Ship systems. This one's not used. Oh, asteroid systems. Okay. Asteroid systems. It's not showing this is not used. Handle ship collisions. Oh, allow unused. Okay. Oh, right. This was the one where we never used this one. It was an example. It was the example. That's the reason why it was, okay. We're good to go. We know what we're doing. Excellent. Okay. Wonder why Quake 1 came out so well? It was like 3/4 of every day. I remember that time where everybody was in like the labs, or if you had a computer at your school, or if you had your computer at work, every lunch and sometimes in between lunch breaks, just teams were playing Quake against and with each other. So that was fun. Now, that one was fine because the boss usually joined in with those games. This one is more like, okay, you're playing and maybe like somebody else. I missed a line. Yeah, Quit 1 ate too much of our time. Yeah. Oh, we just don't have that anymore. So now we want some more. Which line did I miss? Oh, you never added a break in this one? Interesting. This is the correct one, right? Handle collisions? Or do we not have this collisions? No, we have handle collisions here. That should be fine, right? Each ship can only hit one asteroid. Oh, should it be in here? Handle event send. Oh, but I have a break for this one. Oh, and handle ship collisions. Okay, hold on. This was in ship systems. Handle ship collisions for break. Okay, yeah. Explosion event, send, and we want to break. Okay. That'll be fine. We'll do that. We're good to go. Cool. Thank you for that. All right. So this is pulled in. Let's see. Can I just do? Is that your username on GitHub? Is it that, or is there also a 1 on that? I guess I could check. Nope. It is just that. So pulled in Rasmus goes. PR. The 1 is only on Twitch. Nice. Okay, so that's pushed in. Everything is good to go. We're all good there. Okay, so anyways, we were talking about boss. What should we do for boss mode? I saw a short, YouTube short the other day, which had somebody saying that for like a fun thing that you could do is you could like, there's a website you can go to that showed like loading screens or like downloads or like update was happening for your computers, and you can like full screen that or do something like, okay, is there like any code that you can play? Otherwise I can do a system call to call out the like another command, like open like, you know, Microsoft Office, like Microsoft Word if you have it, or something like that, or go to a website. Like there's things that we could do there. I only know how to do that on a Mac. I don't necessarily know how to properly open like Firefox and navigate on a Linux or a Windows machine. Window update screen might be nice. Let's see. Especially if we just only do that on a Mac, because that would be the most fun. Oh, no. I didn't mean boss level. I meant like boss, like your boss has walked into the room or is walking into the room. What was this? It would be Windows Update Screen Simulator. Is it this one? Oh, and you can do it for all the different things. Okay. So if we do Windows, I don't even remember if I have 10 or 11 anymore. We go to, haha, does this act, okay. Plus F11 to maximize the browser window for full immersion. You can press F11 again to exit. Plus enter or spacebar for a blue screen of death. Oh, it's not there. It's basically if I come into here and I just do all, it didn't work. Well, that's too bad. Does F11 only work on Windows systems, I think? Yeah, it's something else. Oh, it could be Firefox. Wait, does this not actually update? Is it it would be great if it was like a slow loading bar that actually loaded. Hey, there, like that. Like a slow loading bar like that. F11 isn't a Windows report. Okay, so the apps all do that themselves. They all sort of like agreed to use that. Okay, that's cool. I do have function for that. But I'm also on a different keyboard. I don't remember if function actually. Yeah, my function key doesn't care about that. I have to use that on the real keyboard. Except function with that does that full screen thing, which let's see, there's a way for me to do that here. It's not zoom. Oh, enter full screen. It's option command F. So option command. Oh no, control command F, which does not. There it is. Okay. Except we still have this up here, so that's not helpful. Oh, you install Linux on your Mac. Nice. Let us know how that goes, and like how you feel about it. I love how long this system update is. So the problem though with this one is I don't know. Like this is obviously needs to be full screened for something like this, but it would be hilarious to just open this. Now, if I come to like here, yeah, that just opens up like Windows 11. Oh, but like I could detect what type of computer you're on, right? With like a different feature. And then we just open up a browser for that, which would be hilarious. So if I run a command, if I just run a system command, we just do open, let's see, what is it? I'm going to do open Firefox. But I don't think I can. Oh, wait. Can I do this? Open URL. It opens Safari to Bevy Asteroids, which is. I wanted to go here. So if I do that and then immediately go into full screen mode, it doesn't really do what I expect. Is there like a kiosk mode? That'd be the best. Oh, there is just. No, but that's the same thing. Okay. What's weird is Firefox works fine with F11 and in Windows and Linux. Must be a weird. Oh yeah, I mean there's multiple things that I have F11 obviously set to, so that's the thing. MacBook lawsuit speedrun. I'm not actually going to use this for real. I would need to, if I wanted to do something like that though, I would have to have a screenshot of it probably. And just like throw that up on a screen, just like to, hey, load this image and just like throw that up there. And that's what the system does. Because I don't know how to open up applications with anything else. Or we do the type hacker, something like that. What do you think? The loading screen or the a hacker type? I could also just open up the loader screen website and you could just choose which one is yours. Your laptop with NVIDIA GPU is frying itself since the GPU won't go into idle, so you're stuck with Windows. Oh no, that doesn't sound good at all. Oh, like I guess you can't RMA the GPU, because that's a thing where like it absolutely should go into idle. Or are you talking about running that on a Mac system with the GPU type thing? Yeah, that's Macs and GPUs don't really get along together, and they never really have. Yeah, Apple's been AMD only for, I don't know, forever it feels like. Okay, so anyways, what are we working on? We are working on boss mode. So how do we want to do this? We can just open up we can just open up this screen. So we could just go straight to here, or I could go just to here and then you click on which one you want. We could just do that. So here, let's now open works here. What's is there an open website create that I can get? So open web, open URLs in the default browser. Okay. Very few people have looked at this. What do you do? The documentation. Okay, we were not going to use that if we can't inspect the code. Open current crates web page on crates.io. Okay, so let's maybe see how they open a web page. Well, just one file. That's pretty easy. Okay, so they get the URL, and then they run open. Wait, where's open come from? Wait, 1 of 3. Where's the third one? Oh, okay. Match file open. Wait. But that's not the same thing. Is open off of standard IO prelude? Will this just work? I'm now curious. Okay, so the only thing that I see in here where open potentially could come from would be this prelude, standard IO prelude. So if we do nude Rust, okay, standard library, okay, open options, standard IO prelude. There's no open in here. Where do you come from? Because I don't see open being created anywhere. The only thing that has a star on it that's being brought in is this standard IO prelude. That's interesting. Okay, so what if I open let's say create a new system. This is a shared systems. So if I do a pub function, what do I want to do? Okay, well, let's do a transition. So to from boss mode, to from boss. Okay, so when we're in update, we're going to run to from boss. So we're going to have a current game state. We're going to have the next game state and mute keyboard input. Yep, there. I think it's mute, right? So if keyboard input, clear just released. That's what it is. Clear just released. We'll do it clear just pressed. So as soon as you press it, and it's going to be key code. Oh, which this, we need that key code to, oh, I don't need that. Hold on. I just need key code. Let's do boss. So it's B. Is that, okay. So if that, then I want to transition. Okay. So if B is pressed, then we're going to switch. Okay. So this switches from one state to the other state. So B is the secret one that will go from playing to boss mode and then boss mode back to playing again. How about that? So to from boss, we want to match on current game state. Get. Okay, starting, we don't care. Array, we don't care. Playing and boss, we care about. So, all right, so playing, I want to open standard IO. There's no open here. What version of Rust were they running? 2018 edition. That's a while ago. Oh, dependencies open. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so there's a dependency named open. So creates open. Oh, this has a lot of people using it. Okay, so let's go ahead and just use this. Nice. Okay. Excellent. So I need to cargo add open here. Okay, so to from boss, we want to, why are you, oh, okay, you're gonna help? Okay, open, give multiple commands to open path. Okay, I don't want that. Open path, the default application without blocking. Okay, so I can just do that. Wait, which is useful if the program ends up blocking or wants to outlive your app. Okay, so that's possible. Okay, open path. I think that detached might be better. So that detached, And then it's just a string, right? So this could be a URL, which is going to be you. And really, okay, so if we're playing, open that. Otherwise, I want to, it's two things, right? So I want to open you. And then before that, we're going to say next state, game state. We're going to set you to be a game state boss. Otherwise, if we're in boss, we just want to go back to next game state plane. Okay. Is there no B? Oh, is it? It's key B. That's what it is. Key B. Okay. Next game state. You're upset. Oh, because it's set. Okay. Set the next game state to that. Unused result. Let's just say not okay. We don't really care. Whatever. We're going to do our best. What if we are not playing? If you're not playing, it's a good question. We should store the last state. We should store the last state and do that. We can do that in a resource, can't we? Good call. So pretty much, I just want to get the previous. Okay, so let's go back to resources. Do a pub struct. What will this resource be? This will be the previous, like the ono boss. Ono boss. That doesn't really tell me like before boss. So we can just do this as before boss state, and you're gonna hold a pub game state. And in our main library, we need to add this add the resource. So app dot insert resource. This is gonna be previous something boss state. Before boss state, it's gonna be a game state starting. So we just start you there, even though technically it's nothing at all. Okay, so we have yet, and then in our shared systems, I want to grab this. We're gonna have a mute previous, like before boss state. Okay, so we have that. Now, if we just cleared this, so we have to check to see. Okay, so if we are currently in, so if we're currently in game, if we're currently in boss, then all we want to do is set the game state to playing again, and we're good to go. However, if we're in anything else, we want to get the current game state. So we're going to say the before boss state. Can I set that? No. Before boss state 0 equals the current game state. Like that, right? And then I want to open path with a default application using a detached process, or with open path with a given application using a detached process. What's the difference? Let's just do that one. Open that. And then our open thing is going to be you because it's funny. We're just going to say, okay, whatever. We're just going to do our best. Okay. So then we have current game state. Can I move out of dereference? Okay. Game state. Oh, hold on. Too many derefs. Expected an enum game state found a struct. Okay, so I want to clone you like that. Game state cannot be dereferenced. Current game state. Wait. What am I doing? I'm missing a get. We just get the game state. That's all I want to do. Found that, and then I want to clone you. Okay, there we go. So now we clone the game state into here. So we now have what the before is. And then I want to set the next game state, instead of be to playing, I want to set you to be what the current game state is. So this is going to be the deref. This is just going to be the current game state. Like get. Okay. So I think this will work. Yeah, I think you were trying to tell me that also, Rasmus. Thank you for that. All right. So now to from boss should work everywhere. And so currently I'm running 2 from boss here. And I actually want, nope. What did I do? 2 from boss is here, and I want to run you in all updates everywhere, all the time. So we have this update, this run if, run if, run if, run if. So then we're just going to have another one here like that. And we're just going to throw you in there. So that runs all the time, every time. Oh, make game state copy. Oh, yeah. Can I do that? Let's find out. I can do that. Okay, perfect. So, variant boss is never constructed. Wait a second. I didn't do this right. Okay, hold on. So, we're currently in boss. Set the next game state to this. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, before boss, we open you. And then we also need to do next game state, set game state, boss. Also, we can remove these clones. Okay, cool. What are you upset about? Oh, I thought you would clone. Okay, I just need to deref you. Deref you like that. Deref you like that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so is this going to work? Let's find out. So it's, I don't need to add that again. Go, no, stop. That's what I want. All right, so, hey, we're about to play Asteroids. Should we play? Oh no, boss is coming in. Quick, open this up. I mean, I don't have F11, but it opened. We're good to go. Maybe they won't notice. I can do that to open full screen, but I don't know how to go to make this thing go away, which kind of is funny. Let's see. Yeah, just empty. Yeah, enter full screen is just the same as that. The splash screen looks good. Yeah, the splash screen has been looking pretty good. Okay, so hey, we're in boss mode. Hey, we're good. Let's come back to it. I press B. Uh-oh. B doesn't work. Why don't you work? So I went into boss mode, and then in the library, I have 2 from boss in all updates. So shouldn't that be running now? So shouldn't that take me back to update again? Wait a second. On, do I have like an on exit? Okay, so we have starting. Okay, on exit starting, on exit get ready, on exit. Oh, yeah. So I have no on exit for update. Why? Yeah. So I'm a little bit curious. Like what happened to? Oh, because that was on exit starting. So that took me back to starting, but now everything is gone. Okay, that's a thing. So if I run this again and we run it from plain mode, we go back to there. Oh, I can't restart this. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so what's going on? Okay, so when we're in anything else, okay, so if we're in game state boss, yeah, okay, so current game state. So we get the current game state. If we're in boss mode, set the next game state to be the current, not boss again. We don't need to do that again. What we want to go to is the before boss state. Let's see, that's going to be before boss state. And I think that's just a double. Okay, let's try that again. So we have our asteroids. Oh no, boss. Okay, back to asteroids again. Oh no, boss. Okay, back to asteroids again. I somehow ended up with 2. Oh, and I can't fire anymore. Uh-oh. What did I do? I broke the game. Everything works except firing bullets. Okay, after I restart, that's fine. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so then boss mode, back in again. Okay, so it's broken if I do that to the get started. So let's actually just say like, hey, you know what? Hopefully they won't show up during, let's see, we'll do game state, get ready. Yeah, nothing happens here. Sorry if it does happen. But hopefully it doesn't. But now you can really quickly set your, you're like, oh no, boss is coming, system update is happening. Deal with it. And then you can come and continue playing. So there we go. It's sort of like a pause. All right, perfect. What can possibly go wrong with that feature? All right, so then that's all the screens we got. I don't have a real screen, a real pause screen, but that's good. We're good to go. We've got a decent amount done with the game. Okay, also we reviewed the PR. This one, I think we implemented this earlier, right? Oh yeah, we definitely implemented that stuff. So we did you. Okay. Score is next. And then we can talk about these other game features. We're back at it again. Yes. What's funny is that I've added a boss mode, but in some ways while streaming, you're all the boss. So I also am not turning on boss mode for you. But I'm not your boss. So this is boss mode for you and not for me. Something like that. Okay, so score. How do I want to do a score? Okay, that will be a great commit that will not cause anybody confusion whatsoever. You control the boss? No, you are the boss, right? Okay, score time. So we're gonna want a resource. Let's actually just also handle all of these warnings. We don't need them anymore. Yeah, we have a plane. Oh, we're gonna want a plane screen here. That's gonna be fine. Actually, so I'm not done with this stuff. I guess I kind of am. I'm gonna do this as part of score. So, and then boss screen, we don't actually display anything for that. So that's gonna be fine. Are you going to render copies of the asteroids close to the borders to avoid pop-in? Probably not. I was just like okay with them popping in and just killing you and all that stuff. It's I figured that for everything I don't add in that makes it harder to play, we can just say skill issue at anybody who complains at it. What do you think? I like to make a joke where I demand a ton of pointless, annoying features. Let's see. There are like a board project manager who like needs more work, is not being put enough to work. I don't know. It sure makes it simpler. It does. It makes it simpler. Like everything is simpler. Like think about it this way. When we can just tell users it's their fault for something, like a design decision that we made, then everything's so much better, right? Like it's like the old saying that we constantly used to say as sysadmins. You know, if it wasn't for those pesky users, everything would be easier. And it's true. If our players couldn't just figure out how to play the game better despite bad design and all sorts of other stuff, I mean, come on. It can't possibly be our fault. Okay. What do I want to do? I want a resource. So we're going to go, actually, let's buffer close all. Let's open these new ones up so I don't have too many tabs open. Okay, so we're going to start with our resources, and we're going to add in a new one. So we're going to do a pub struct. What is this? What is this resource? This is going to be just score, right? So we actually want two. We want a score, and then a high score, and then yeah, I'm gonna have these be separated because when I'm updating the score, I don't also need to update the high score at the same time. So we're gonna do pub. Let's do this as a U. I mean, you can get more of it than a. Let's do a U32. I mean, even a U16 is gonna be a pretty dang high score. So maybe that will be enough. And then let's also copy this for a high score. So we oh, and then both of these. I mean, I could implement, yeah, so we're going to eventually have a load for the high score and load up what the high score is, but I'm going to not worry about that right this second. We're just going to sort of like create those and then register those. So for in the main library, we're going to now insert resource. It's the score. Okay, so you're going to start with 0. And we're also going to start with a high score. We're going to start with a high score of 0, but we'll have to have a system for updating and like saving that and doing something else with it. Okay, so now that we have you, I want to display the score in a couple different places, right? We want that UI. Let's see, I want a UI for, do I want it everywhere? I might want to just have this like all the time, always going. this could be like score UI. So I can display it once and then we could just update it everywhere else. I like that. So in components, now we have this UI. So what if I just do something like always UI? So that way we don't catch it twice here when we go and remove the other UIs. And also for those updates, so we don't hit that too. The stream's current bitrate, 4000 4K, is lower than the recommended bitrate. So you want me to be higher? I could go higher. For any of you who stream, what do you stream as? Or do you, because I always thought that with me being, at least on Twitch max of 7 megabits per second. Wait, but 8K is way below that. Because I'm not even at 1 megabit. Because I need 1000K. So I could raise my up to 8K. Hold on, let me try that. You stream at 6 megabits per second? Let me see. Output. I'm at 4000. Can I do something like 6? What's my upstream? I'm using Restream right now. Yeah, I don't really have like super fast movements, which is why I'm able to get away with such low kilobits per second. Oh, how fast? I have gigabit. I have fiber. So I should be able to handle everything fine. Plus I have wired into the router. So it's not like I have to worry about like radiation or some other weird stuff happening. Just used 7K or 7, let's see, it would be 7, was it 7 million? Oh yeah, telling OBS use 7 doesn't mean it uses 7. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, it's 7,000. So 7. Oh, so I was using 4. Oh, okay. I misread. So I was using 4 meg. I wasn't using 4K. I was using 4 meg. So if I go to 7,000 kilobits per second. Right, just my brain didn't see that correctly. So if I hit apply, what happens? All right, well, that instantly switched up. We're not dropping any frames. And YouTube is happy again. Yeah, I couldn't do only 4K literal. That wouldn't even do audio. That's true. Okay, well, let's see how this goes. Is there a good I guess like let me know how it feels. Like are you able to see a difference or not? Okay, so I have my always UI on. So now I'm going to go to UI. And we're going to add in, so this selects everything. So I can just copy you, create a new one. And this is going to be like a display score. So display score, we have our commands. Okay, so this is going to be slightly different than the other ones now. So we're going to say, I kind of just want one thing, right? We're going to say, it's going to be a format. We're going to have, no, I do want these to be separate things so I can update them as they update. Okay, so never mind. So I want the score, which is going to be a res of score. We want the high score to be a res of high score. Okay, so title. So you're going to be, now can I just set this to be anything? Oh, anything that impls into string. So this can be a number. So I can just say, although I kind of want to do this as a format. And we just say score deref score. All right. Well, we'll deal with this a little bit. Font size, you probably can be 25. And then you're going to be a format high score, double deref high score. Okay. Now you're going to show up in the exact center of the screen. I probably want to justify text that right. Position type. Okay. Absolute positionist. Justify self. Is it end? It's end. Margin. I don't want you to be at the top. I don't want you to go. So actually, this might work. It might be at the right top of the screen, which is I think where I want it to go. Did I update the countdown query? The countdown query is just grabbing UI stuff. This is a always UI. So this should be It should be fine. It should be fine. We're going to find out. I think we're going to be okay. So what are you? You are display score. And I want you to always be... Okay, so basically at startup, I start showing display score. So systems, UI, display score. Okay, so if I do nothing else and we just run this. Okay, so score 0, high score 0. Why is it fuzzy? It feels fuzzy, whereas this one doesn't feel fuzzy, which is strange. I also need just a tiny bit of margin between the left and the right, which I think we can do. Okay, so font size, default. Can I do something like margin? No, okay, I can only do font size and then font here. Okay, so I need to do 2 ones, or we just have a space, which is not great. I could put a space in here so I don't have to remember the other one. Okay, so here to show that this will work, Isitsu. Okay, now it's nice. Now it looks good. Okay, so we have our score, high score. We go to here. I deleted everything. Why did I delete everything? Display score wasn't supposed to be erased. In reset UI. Okay, I just want everything with you. Oh, because I forgot. Because this still has UI. I don't want UI. I want always UI. That's what I was trying to do. Okay. Now we have our score. That's going to sit up there. We go to start and that just breaks. What happened? Okay, we unwrapped on line 81. On line 81. Oh, okay. So text query, single mute. So an update. Yeah, so we do. Okay. We have to update this because we may not have the text. So I need to, I guess what we can do is we can just say like, if not query, returns true if the given entity matches the query. Oh no, but we handed that. So I just want is empty. So if you're not empty, then return. Oh, update, get ready screen. Oh yeah. Let's see. I am querying for text. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. With UI. So just the UI. Oh, come on. Import that. There we go. That would have been fun to see, and you proved me wrong. But now it won't. So we have you. Everything looks good there. It didn't update. So it did update, but the numbers didn't work. Why is that? I didn't add the component. Isn't UI is in here though. UI is as a marker component is added in. So that's the get ready screen. This one has UI in there. Yeah. Which component are you talking about? Which one did I miss? UI and then game over screen. Oh, game over screen is UI. Oh, that's fine. And then display score is always UI. Okay. Why? Okay. Let's try this again. Yeah, okay. So now we're getting 3, 2, 1. And it starts us, but it's not doing a countdown. It's not doing a countdown. So one of two things. Either this system isn't running, or it's always getting here. It's always returning is empty. So give me text with UI. Huh. Strange. There's our marker. There's the UI with text. Wait. I did it wrong. I did it backwards. If you are empty, return. There we go. I like this. Not like this. Hello. How are you doing today? How do you draw your ship and the other asteroids? I'm using a polyline. So basically, I basically have a center spot of where the asteroid is. And then for like 23 or so different spots around the asteroid, I create a random distance away from that, create a line, and then that basically goes around the entire thing. So that's how I create the asteroid. And the ship is just a simple triangle. That's all it is, just a simple triangle. And then I have a rectangle that I basically attached to the ship as a child component, and it can turn red whenever I'm moving. So that's what I'm doing for this. Okay, so that's good. The high score updates. If I die, which now I'm okay, then it still exists, and then we go there. Okay, great. So what system do I now want to have? I want to have a every time that an asteroid explodes, we want to increment the score, right? So how do I want to do that? In our asteroid systems, we have handle collisions, and this is an asteroid colliding with a bullet. So I could just update the score here, or we could do an event that we tell something else to update the score. I don't know if there's that big of a difference. I think we can just update this, right? So if I just do update, but you know what? The high score, yeah, let's do an event. Let's do an event. So we're gonna have a score event, and this is just gonna be okay. So that was previously a position, and I can do this is now a U8. Or really, you know what? It's just a score event. Whenever we, no. What if I do want to score by like more than one? Because like if I add in if I add in like a UFO, maybe that will be worth more than like 1 point. So let's do asteroids are always worth 1 point, and then we have just something else. So we'll do a pub U8. In our main library, we're going to register our event. Okay, there's a score event like that. In the asteroid systems, we have a mute event writer for score event. Okay, and so then we despawn those explosion event send, and then we want to score event send 1. So we get 1 point. Okay, like that. Epic, hello. How are you doing today? When he talked about integer sizes for scores, I went down a little rabbit hole to find out why pinball games tend to have such huge scores. Turns out no one really knows, it's just traditional. But there's some speculation that multipliers are a common mechanic in pinball, and those can balloon scores. Oh, interesting. Okay. And I bet that if you go back far enough to like those original OG pinball machines, the ones that were made of wood, I bet that those were scored with ones. It was just like, oh, just got 1, 1, 1, 1. It was just like incrementing by 1. And then people realized, exactly, Diablo, it's psychological. Big number go burr. Somebody created some system to mechanically do an increment, like to multiply. And then as soon as that started happening, it like everyone else started to do it too. And now it's a race to the top, I guess. It's not a race to the bottom, it's a race to the top. But yeah, that is kind of an interesting thought. About like when people realize that. When did we start to gamify everything? Okay, so we have a score event like that, and now so this is handle collisions there for the asteroid. That's good. Gamify a game, I know. Well, I mean, that's actually where gamify came from, right? It's when we like the gamification is like applying game theory, gamification to a game. Race to the hippocampus. Yeah, we're gonna mind control everyone who's playing. All right, so now we're going to have another system. So this is going to be a pub function. What is this? This is going to be what am I thinking? Pub function, update score. I guess this would be update scores. Both, because it's going to be for both of them, right? So update score. And when do I want this to run? The only time that this really needs to run is on update. So when we're updating, and they can run when we're playing too, like this. No, that was an error. What did I do? Can I find value? Update scores. Where did I? There. That makes that error go away. Okay, so update scores. And so I guess I should have said race to the frontal lobe, right? Because that's yeah. I guess that does make sense, right? It releases, what is it that it releases? Serotonin. It's one. It's like that or the other one, which I always forget the names of them. But yeah, it's just like little buttons where you're like, okay, dopamine. That's what it is. Okay, so it's just little like all these games are just dopamine release, like dopamine release things, which is also how we get into flow too. So that's probably when we like invented flow as well, or at least like the feeling of like, oh, this is fun. Way back in the like, we've been keeping score on games since before we, I don't know, were people. We had cities. Like, from my understanding, the history of humanity in gaming is a very long one. Okay, what do we want here? So when we're updating scores, we want to have the event reader, right? So we want the, we scored. So we have the score event, the event reader, which I kind of like this to be plural because it's two of them, right? Score event. And then we also have the mutable score, which is a resmute score. And then let's also have a mute high score is a resmute high score. And I think that's all we really care about here. So I want to for score event in, it's going to be score event read, right? Yeah, okay. So read that. And then this can be the reference score event like that. What do I name this? Like increment, like I guess it's just the value, right? So do that. What are you upset about? Cannot mutate. Oh, need to be mutable. Okay. Then our score. So we're definitely going to increment our score. So we're going to do score plus equals to the value. All right. So now we want to check to see what. Oh, it's a U8 and then you're U16. I should definitely do these as the same because that will be a lot nicer. So in our score event, you're going to be a U16. Okay, so we do that. And then next up, I want to say if can I just do this? So if a dereference score, a double dereference score, there it is. Okay, so if score is greater than high score, then our double dereferenced high score is going to be equal to value as well. Okay, so that now updates our score. What are you upset about? Because I forgot the keyword in. All right, we're good to go there. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that statement. I don't have any evidence or proof, but that's what I would believe. You should remove all bullets when restarting the game after dying. We could do that. Yeah. We can remove all the bullets in. There's I have a reset game. Let's just get the bullets too. So mute bullets query is entity bullet. So we're just going to do the same thing here. So you know what? Can I do with both? Oh no, I don't want with either. Is there like an or with? There's not an or with. That would have been cool if I could do that. But I think what I'll do is I won't use the with. And so I'll say, okay, give me the entity. Give me, it has to be an asteroid. Oh, because this won't work with both. With either. Ooh. I do need an or. This won't work. Okay. So is there an or? A filter that tests if any of the given filters apply. Okay. Wait, actually. Wait, what do you take? Or T. Uh-oh. Okay. And goodbye. Or do you take an, okay, so you take in a T. Or, it's a tuple. Okay. So or tuple. And then this will be a bullet or an asteroid. Again with the spam, I've been popular. I'm getting more popular, I guess. Well, I have more viewers on average these days, which is great. Thank you again, everybody, for stopping by and watching this. Hopefully, it's been entertaining and fun and maybe more than entertaining too. Sometimes it's nice to also have it be educational. Okay, so is not satisfied. What's the problem here? What did I do? What did I do wrong? Okay, query entity or, and then the two things. Oh, wait, what? No, that should be fine, right? And then I'm getting entities to despawn. Okay, so entities to despawn. I'm grabbing the entity and then attempting to despawn it. Okay, so what are you upset about? The trait-bound components bullet query filter is not, bullet query filter is not satisfied. The following other types implement trait query filter. Okay, so with, without, or, and 28 others. Required for or to implement query filter. Oh, wait. So do I have to add query filter? It needs a with as well? Wait, really? Their example doesn't show a with here. It just shows or. So I'm not sure I believe that. Yeah. I bet they changed it so you don't need the with anymore. But it says that I need a query filter. I need a query filter on bullet and asteroid. So if I come here, can I say query filter and then on asteroid query filter? Yes, that's what did it. That's what did. Okay, so I need to add that derive into bullet and asteroid so I can do the or with it. And now you despawn. Okay, so I think that's going to work. Yeah, no errors, no warnings. So now if we go and run this again, it should just be fine. This should remove the bullets as soon as the game. Did you just quit? It didn't even error. It just quit. What did I do? There's no error. The exit code is 0. If it's a bullet or an asteroid, despawn it. Don't quit the game. Okay, so query entity or with works. Okay, so let's try. Oh, it'd be two things. So it'd be like, you're saying I'd basically do another with here. Like that. And see if that works. Yeah. Oh, that feels like a bug. But that shouldn't just quit the game. Okay, so what was it when I transitioned out of the States with the bullet? Yeah, okay. I think that was a little bit hard to see. Let me the bullets are still here. Because I don't clean up until I go to there and then they clean up. Okay, perfect. What kind of weird thing did I add to bullet and asteroid? What do you mean? Where did I add the weird thing? Oh, to make or accept them. So I did this. So it's or. Oh, without with? Nothing. It's just a tuple. So what I had previously was just this. And when I run this, it works. It compiles. It's happy. But as soon as I start the game, bam. No, this compiled. The first time I tried it without the tuple. I tried to do something like that, and it didn't like this. But yeah, that's oh, now I have to redo the ors. Wrong one. I want you with. Okay, so and then tuple like that. Okay, so now you're happy again, except I have one too many of these. There we go. Yeah, that feels weird that this works and then the other one doesn't. But okay, it makes sense. Got it. Happy with that. And then I wonder, do I not need this query filter anymore? It's like if I remove you. Okay, so I was not supposed to add query filter. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. Yeah, so I made it I tricked it. Interesting. Okay, track the score in a resource. We have that. Display the score on screen. Maybe. We should actually verify if this is working. Ooh, that did not work. Okay. The score is still 0. Wait, no. We need to update the display. We need to update the display. And so in UI systems, we have update the get ready screen, and I need to do this exact same thing for update the score. Okay, so update score UI, we're gonna have query. I want text with always UI. And you know what? I don't like this anymore. I want to rename you to score UI. There's probably still meant to be some kind of error message for that, but oh well. Yeah, that is interesting though that it just exits the game. It didn't even crash. It was just a process exit, which is super interesting. Okay, so update score, we do that. Countdown, res countdown. Okay. I don't need the countdown. I need the score. So we get the score, and then I need the high score too. Okay, so we get the two of you. If query is empty, go ahead and return. You should always be there. So I don't need you. Time remaining, I don't think I need that. All right, so we're gonna do the two sections. So the best way to do this would be to have like 4 different sections. That would be best. Maybe we can do that. Hold on. Can I try this? What I would like to say is like, okay, we have text section new. And it's like, I want you to be really just like score like that space. That's a game over screen. What am I doing? Display score. I want you to be score like that. And then I want to add a new text section in here. And then you're actually going to be just the score. So then that's going to be a double dereferenced score. And then a new section here, we're going to have high score. Okay, we're not going to format you. It's going to do a high score like that. And then the high score. Okay. I think that'll work a lot better. I suppose it'd be helpful if I wrap these in quotes. I suppose. Is there a trait that encapsulates all integer types? Yeah, you need the num crates. I've used the num crates before. It's one of those things where it's like, oh come on, why isn't there one? And I've tried to figure it out myself, and it's like it's one of those things where I got close, but not anything I would be comfortable with in production. Don't know I want format. I am doing it as 4 different things so I can just update the score itself on its own. Oh, this is why I wanted that. Yeah, okay, hold on. Score, and then score like this. I wanted you. Okay. What are you upset with? The trait bound string from U16. Wait. I can't do string from U16? Aw. Okay, we can fix that. So in a score and a high score, I want to do a impl from string for score. Okay, we're going to get our value, which is a string, and then I want to parse this. Wait, other way around again? Do I want it into? Oh wait, it's from a U16. Right. I keep on forgetting this. I want to do from U16. So from not U16. I want from score for string. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So from score for string, you're a score now. So from our value to a self, which is a string, I want to then just do self.0. Huh, yeah. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll just do a format. ToString didn't work. I don't think a U16 had a ToString. It's like, when I tried to do this, so self.0 to get, oh wait, it wouldn't be self.0. It would be value.0 ToString. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, never mind. And then I don't need the .0. I could just do ToString, right? And that just works. I want to implement this entire thing for you as well. Okay, implement that, high score, and then value that. Yeah, okay, so what's going on with this? So in Systems UI, the error that I'm getting here is the trait bound string from U16 is not satisfied. Oh, okay. So I needed the from. So now I just do 1 to get from the score and a high score. And now the from works. Okay, cool. Can I find text? Oh, what did I... Oh, I broke this. Text. So I wanted let... Okay, so hold on. Oh, I haven't broken this all. We haven't done it. We haven't updated it yet. Okay, why not format? Oh, I did. Yeah. Okay, so let our... Okay, so the text is going to be the text, and I want to update them both. Okay, so let's text equals our query dot single mute. So we grab you, and then it's going to be, okay, so section, the second one, so sections 1 is going to be just the score. So now your value needs to be, now in this case, it needs to be a string, but I can just do string from a single dereferenced score. Score needs to implement copy. Okay, so then we're going to do this again. So instead of, then it's 2 and then 3. So on 3, we do high score. Okay, and we're using, let's see, and then why are you upset? Cannot move out of dereference for high score. Wait a second. Didn't I just add this in for high score? No, I added in for before pos state and score. Cool. Yeah. Clone copy. Okay. Apparently I'm getting tired. So now you're happy. And the only thing is update score UI has not been run. So let's go back to the library and figure out, okay, so this is going to be for everything. For actually just for update. So in we'll just update the scores and also update the UI. So systems, UI, update score UI. So now when we run this, is that a human off by 1 error? I hope not. So we have our score and our high score, right? Okay, so let's start playing. 1 0 0 1 1. Okay, I think we got it. Except our high score isn't. Why is our high score not updating? Is that my off by 1 error? My human off by 1 error? Also, this is hilarious. My score is always 3. I need to update that too. Okay, so my high score is not updating. So update score UI. So isn't section 3, which would be the 4th one, the high score? So we have section, okay, 0 is score, 1 is the score, 2 is high score, 3 is the actual value for that. So yeah, that should be 3. I get those. Okay, so to get the text with that one, text sections, value. Okay, so 1 is score, 2 is high score. Is the resource updated? Let's see, in shared systems, we have update scores. So I have mute score, mute high score. Okay, every time that we get the score event, I increment the score value, and then I check to see if the dereferenced score is greater than the dereferenced high score, then set high score to, the value. It's not an off by 1 error. It's just a 1 error. That's what the problem is. Now the high score updates automatically every time. Now you can always get a high score every time because we never saved the high score yet, but it's nice. We now can do this stuff. So it's now working as expected. Okay. Oh, a max might be oh, right. I keep on forgetting that there is a max. It would be dereferenced high score equals what is it? U16 max returns the largest value that can be represented by this. No, I want that. Would it be like high score max other score, like that. Yeah, that is definitely cleaner. Okay, so Tea Kettle, you asked, how do I do this? Function half it. You have a t num x. Okay, so you bring in t x, which is a t, so a generic, and then you want to return t, which is the same number, and num divide by 2. Oh, 2 dot? Because you don't know if it's a float or not, right? Where num comes from the number crate. You want the associated output from the trait. Oh, because float isn't a t. Yeah, that's the problem. So you're going to need to, if you want to do divide by 2 dot, you have to make sure that the num is a float type, which the num crate can do. I don't know exactly what it's called. I think it might be float, but it might be something else. Okay, our update scores. So those are working. So now we have our score. So we display the score. Okay, so track the score in a resource, display the high score, and then something else that we want to do is we want to save high score on game over, load high score on startup. But before that, let's go ahead and commit this. All right, so we are tracking scores. Okay. Now, save a high score on game over. I'm a little bit curious. First of all, when I launch the game title is, Bevy Asteroids. But this game title is app. So I'm a little bit curious where it's going to try to save stuff. And then also, unofficial Bevy, will you tell me how to save? Dump various entities and components to a file to implement things like saving and loading of game save files. Okay, that's what I want to do. So save. Oh, I thought that was something I can click. Okay, so there's load assets from files. I don't know if this is the same thing though. Okay, there's my data. Akuvi man, hello, how are you doing today? Okay, we have resources. That's not helpful. Yeah, okay, so none of this really worked or helps out. Okay, let's go find Bevy in the docs again. Is there a save? Okay, so we have saves the given runtime asset, which might, save the current document or message? Input keyboard key save. That seems weird. Saves the given runtime asset by writing it to a byte format using writer. The passing settings can influence how the asset is saved. Oh, some keyboards have a dedicated save key. Okay, so that's just like looking for a save key on a keyboard, which I do not have. Now this is part of asset saver. Saves an asset of a given asset saver asset types. Asset saver output loader will then be used to load the saved asset in a file deployed application. Wait, is that what I want? Let's see. Have I considered using a Vim browser extension? No, I have not. I tend to not really like Vim commands in non-Vim things. It's weird there. Like I just don't really like it. Like even when I'm in VS Code, like I know a lot of people really love Vim in VS Code. I just never really got into it. I want Vim movements in Vim or things like Vim, like Helix. I tend to not turn them on elsewhere. Archie, you're back and you see the cat. Yeah, we have a cat here. His name is Zilby, and he is our stream cat. He's been with, when he was a very young kitten, we got him, and he was on screen when he was, like, I think the first week that we got him, too. He was surprisingly quick to acclimate to the house. Okay, so is Asset Saver really what I want here? I not really finished the game yet, no. We still have some other things to work on for it. Why not simply use a file? I was hoping that I could get something that Bevy used for me. So here's the load and save. Okay, so there's a completely different crate to use this. So Bevy save. Oh, interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Okay, and the reason why, Rasmus, most game engines should be tracking where to put these save files, because generally speaking, there's a standardized place to put them on Windows, on Linux, and on Mac. And sometimes they're the same on Windows, on Linux and Mac. Sometimes they're not. And a game engine should make it so that that's all sort of like handled for me. And I should just be able to say like, hey, save this to the appropriate directory. And then all I have to give is a file name. And then it just sort of does what it's supposed to do for me. If I did that with a file, I would have to manage all that stuff myself. I don't want to do that. So that's the real reason why I would not want that. Why I would want to do this. Okay, so Bevy save. I didn't look at how popular it was. It's okay. Let's see. A framework for saving and loading game state in Bevy. Automatically uses your app's workspace name to create a unique. Okay, so yeah, this is what I want it to do for me. You're using create directories, which provides API to get standard directories. Okay, I guess that's nice too. So if I do world save and world load, it uses your app's save location to save and load your game state, handling all serialization and deserialization for you. This might be like more than I need. Like I'm just storing the high score. That's all I'm storing. Just the high score. Wow, this grabs everything. Okay, maybe we'll just use the directories crate. This is way more than I need. So, okay, so Kuveman, you're using directories, and TKettle, you're using DIRs. Which one do you recommend? So there's DIRs. It's a lot of usage. And then there's directories. That's also a lot of usage. No, this one is, okay, DIRs is way more usage. A tiny low-level library that provides platform-specific standard locations of directories for config, cache, and other data on Linux, Windows, and Mac OS, and Redux. Yeah, their version, I wonder if they're the same people. Hold on. So that's dir rs. Directories rs. You're maintained by SOC. They're the same people. They're the same maintainers. It's the same GitHub account. Okay, so directories is a tiny mid-level library with minimal API. A tiny low-level library with minimal API. Okay, mid-level is fine for me. I'm okay with okay, so take a look at this. This is low-level. This is mid-level. That's the difference, is what level you're going for. Mid-level sounds good for me. Okay, so platforms, let's see. Usage, example, library run by user Alice. Okay. So we have config directory, executable directory, audio directory. So, okay, home directory on Linux is like their home. We have config directory. Interesting. Okay. I was hoping that it would can I have it create one? Oh, project directory. The intended use case for project DIRs is to compute the location of cache, config, or data directories. Okay, so if I want config dir, it would be config home, so home config project path. Okay, so yeah, this looks, oh, I completely missed that ad break. Sorry about that. So let's do directories. And what am I looking for? Okay, so save the high score on game over. So I want to, let's save high score. And then when I exit, okay, so on exit plane. So when we exit plane, let's go ahead and save the high score of what we got, which will also happen when we go into boss mode, but that's fine. That's okay. So I want systems, shared, save high score, and we do that. Okay. So on exit, that will happen once. And so I want the high score. So I want to, okay, so how do I do this? I can get project directories. Okay, and these are just paths, right? So let's sum project directories from this. Okay. Oh, so is that all it really is? Okay, so project directories from, and that would give me, for example, here, oh, this actually just goes into application support for Mac. Interesting. Config. Okay, so it goes into bar up for there. It goes for bar up for this. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I want the project directory. Okay, so if let some, so it's going to be projectors from, okay, so we have a from path, creates a projector struct directly from a from path value. The argument is used verbatim, is not adapted. Okay, don't use this. Use from. Creates a projector struct from values describing the project. The return value depends on the operating system and it's either, okay, so it's either some containing the project directory paths based upon the state of the, okay. Okay, so I do from, yeah, do from, encouraged, okay. So here it's going to be the qualifier. Oh, and if I remember correctly, based upon this, like com. So the way that like Apple and some of the other ones use, it's like a domain name almost. So if I do something like, I believe that it's Brooksbuilds is, I have, yeah, brooksbuilds.com. Okay, so we have com, Brooksbuilds, and then the final one is the application, and so this is Asteroids. I mean, technically this is Bevy Asteroids. Okay, so if let that, I now have the project directories and I can theoretically write a file to it. I wonder if I have to create the file first if it doesn't exist. Because like I don't think, yeah, I'm curious. So if I just do like debug, let's debug the project directory, and I do save high score, this is probably gonna fail, right? Okay, so if can I write file? Wasn't there like a write or say isn't there a macro for write file? Writes formatted data into a buffer, except a writer. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's only standard fs write. So standard fs write. Writes a slice as an entire content of file. Okay, create the file if it does not exist. Okay, and then we have a path, so that would be the project directory. And I want the config. There's also a data dir, but interesting. I wonder what it would do for config. This is really data dir, isn't it? So data dir. So data dir, and then the actual data, so contents, and that would be double dereferenced high score. And let's, yeah, sure, you're okay. Tree bound, oh, I need to convert this to a, ooh, okay, so you need to be, okay, so high score, I need to turn this into something. I don't think I need JSON for this, right? I'm just going to throw the number in there. Like why? I mean, I guess we could use Surday and like actually have a, yeah, that might be it's probably a good idea for me to use JSON, Surday JSON. Otherwise, like I could just can I just string it? So I just do string from high score. Borrow a moved value project directory because, yeah, I moved it here. Okay, so theoretically, this will save into the data dir and data dir. Oh, is interesting. Okay, so it's going to be in .local share. I think I have a local on mine or whatever that is. Okay, so data home. So it's going to be home local share for me. Or it's going to be, it's going to be home library application support. Wait, isn't that going to be, I want the, but it's going to be in the right place, I think. Okay, so if I just throw that in there, and I have view, so I save the score as soon as boss mode turns on too. So this should be fairly easy for us to test. So first off, let's double check that I don't have one in here already. So let's open this up here. So I want to go to .local, I think. And then I want to cd into, I think it's just going to be Brooks builds. What are you in here? I have share and state. That's all it's in here. And it hasn't been updated recently. So if this runs, nope, that's okay. I keep on doing this. Just run. So let's go. Let's get ourselves a high score. Okay, we have high score of 2. We exit. That didn't really do anything here. Let's see. I probably should have actually printed out what this was. So let's do a print line, saving high score to project directory, data dir. Oh, wait, what happened? Oh, they can't call display on it? What are you? Oh, it's a path. Okay, so I have to do that. Should I append a file name to the dir? I mean, yes. Okay, so we'll do data dir like that. And then we'll do path dot, is it push? Path dot append. What's the thing to, oh, I have to get a path buff. To path buff. Now path, now I can push. Oh, I can join. Okay. Join. Oh, there it, join. Join, we want high score, .txt. I guess I'll just do high score like that. Path that, don't need a path that push, don't need mute. Okay, so we have our path, saving high score to path, and then, okay, so we're going to write that there, and then either it's going to, let's also, if let error, okay, so print line, there was an error, saving your high score, unsmiley face. And I guess I'll just do debug error to print that out. Okay, so that's good there. So now, okay, we save, we do this thing, get ourselves a high score before we die. Okay, saving high score to my home directory, application support, com Brooks builds Bevy Asteroids, high score. There was an error saving your high score. Not a directory. Okay, so it doesn't create this directory. I have to create this myself. Okay, so I have to create the directory first. So save high score is going to be we have to first check to see if it's a directory. And if it's not, we have to create it. Let's see. There's a standard fs create directory, right? So data dir, oh, create dir all. Oh, nice. So hold on, data dir, will this actually create it and return it? No, yes? So hold on, let's, it just creates, okay, so let's do this. So let's do, let file path equals path.join. Okay, so we do that. Oh, it's a freestanding method, okay. Standard fs create dir all. Okay, so that is, really, if I think about this, it can be directory, and then you can become path equals that. Okay, so then I want to do, before I do this, we're going to say standard fs create dir all, recursively create a directory and all of its parent components if they are missing. Okay, and this is going to be directory. Oh, I probably should call this directory path. Project directory. Okay, so we're good there. Okay. UR is okay. And so then I want to probably if let error. Okay, so this will be an eprint line. There was an error creating the data directory. Then we save high score and we do that thing. Okay, let's try that. I wonder if it's going to yell at me if it doesn't need to create it. It might. And I might need to match on that error to determine if it's okay. Let's try this again. Except, wait a second. I'm not using this path. Why am I not using this path? That would have caused an issue. Okay, let's try this again. Get ourselves a high score. There was an error creating the data directory. File exists. Already exists message. Not a directory. What? Hold on. So if I cd to library application support, no, mine does not exist. You did not. Okay, so data dir should have created this. I didn't see that on their front page documentation, but maybe they do. So we have save, we have create. Now they don't have any create or something like that. It looks like it just gives us them. It doesn't have any creates. Creator all is a function that failed for some reason. Yeah. And that's strange. Because it failed with a file exists. Okay, so instead of creator all, let's just do create dir, directory path, and let's do that. I don't think I have because that directory doesn't exist. So I can go to, I guess because these things exist, it's trying to recreate those. What I really wanted to do is just create this. And that was not happy. So if I do that, it should not try to recreate. Then why did it though? That's so weird. Only the path that doesn't exist is supposed to be created. I don't know. Okay. There was an error creating already exist, file exists, saving high score to. Okay, so this is the directory path that I'm attempting to create the directory for, which is going to library application support, com Brooks builds Bevy Asteroids. And if we come here, when I look at com, nope. CD library application support, yeah, there's no tab autocomplete for Brooks builds. I created a file with that name. So, cat. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. So that's a problem. So hold on. Let's creating directory if it doesn't exist. Directory path. And then this is going to be saving high score to. Okay, so we're going to create the directory of here. So now this is going to be create dir all again for a directory path. We're going to remove Brooks builds. Okay. And run this again. All right. Let's see if this works better. Okay. And then we die. Our high score is 4. Creating directory if it doesn't exist. Saving high score to that. So now I should be able to cd into com Brooks builds. And we have our high score here. So cat high score. Our high score is 4. Now, you'll notice that this is going to be very easy to cheat and just add in an infinite high score, but who cares? It'll be fine. What's better, res mute or ref mute? In Bevy, you mean? Or in something else? I'm using, so res mute I have to use in Bevy because it's a special thing for resources in there. Ref mute is more of like a Rust thing with using like with refsil and that kind of stuff. So it depends if I'm using Bevy or not, really. Okay, so that saves the high score, and then we would want a load the high score. So then the final one would be pub function load high score. So we'll get the mute high score, and that's it, right? We're going to grab out, okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. Except instead of, okay, so we get the project directory, we get that, we get the path through the file. We're not obviously going to create that. We're not going to create the directory. We're just going to have loading high score from the path. So is it read? Reads the entire content of the file into a bytes vector. Results, oh wait, isn't there read to end? Like there's read a string. Reads the entire contents of the file into a string, which is fine, right? So if I do read a string, it's just the path. Okay, so then you return a result. So I need let's just match this. So this is if it's an error, we do that. If you're a sum, you have the stringified score, right? Oh, read to string. Yeah, read to string. Okay, got that. All right, what did I miss in here? You like the single muti from Venio. It's like a query that guarantees that you have only a single object, guarantees by panicking if not the case. Yeah. I mean, the big thing is that sometimes you want to panic. Like sometimes it's a good idea to panic. You don't want to be guessing which oh, and that happened. Okay, well, I'll continue afterwards. All right, so we have some high score. And so I want to convert the high score from a string, but I can actually Wait a second. Don't I also already have this? Can I do a high score from, oh, this is a terrible idea. Failed to resolve high score. Okay, hold on. Now you're upset. Oh, it's not some. It's okay. Okay, that failed to resolve module high score. Wait, why is this a module? I have high score right here, right? I want this to be just a high score deref. Oh yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. Nope, don't want that. Oh, and ads are done. All right, what was that? I have more viewers than Stefan Wolfram. Or are they streaming right now? Nice. Well, thank you all for hanging out with me. Yeah, there are some nice things that we can have with panics that'd be nice to have. Now my brain is turning to sludge though, so it's getting hard for me to think and like talk. So I don't know how much longer I'll be able to go. But let's see. This is not working. I need to do this in a different way. So what I really want to do is I want to turn this into the thing, right? So I want to say high score. So the double D referenced high score, I want you to set you to be equal to, and then I want to parse this, right? So I want to do saved high score, parse this into the appropriate U16 type that it's supposed to be. And we're going to do an okay, unwrap or default. So if you screw up and try to put a string or something else in there that can't be parsed, it will now turn into be a high score of 0. Okay, so now we have our load high score. I'm going to go back to the main library, and on startup, the first time we do a startup, here, we also load up the high score. So systems, shared that. Okay, we throw you in there, and now, so we have 4 in there right now. So when we reload, we still have 4. So now, okay, I have to beat my high score of 4. I don't know, it's gonna be tough. Okay, so I beat my high score, now I have to die. It's actually hard to do in easy mode. Okay, so I don't have the score here displaying. We then save the high score, so we have high score of 9, so we quit out, and we run again, and the high score of 0. Okay, you're 9. Okay, now I have 9. Why did I have 0 for that one time? That's weird. Oh, I need to make sure that this happens after display core score happens, isn't it? So after display score. Okay, that's what it is that it's a race condition, but no longer a race condition. So now our high score is loading. So we save the high score on game over. We load the high score on startup. And let's see, other things that we need to do. So we need to update. So update game over screen with correct score. So that's a thing. And then I also, maybe before teleport chip, we need to, after destroying all asteroids, level increases. Okay, so those are the things we have to work on next. So one thing in score, we have to have leveling stuff, and then we can add in the teleport and the UFO. And then after that, I think we're good. And then the game is pretty much a very faithful recreation of Asteroids, the arcade game. All right, I am feeling super tired right now, and super hungry because I haven't eaten anything all day yet. So I need to do that, and it's 12:30. So let's see. Is there anybody streaming that we should raid? JD Does Dev is making a Godot game, so we can raid JD. Jessica Mack, we raided Jessica Mack yesterday. And Tej is doing that too, but JD is actually doing game dev and only has 13 people. So let's go ahead and raid JD. So we should actually do this as an exercise for your engine. Should have a couple alternate engine examples. Oh yeah, that could be doing good. Oh, Metamedia is doing Rust. I am not following. Oh wait, there it is. MetaMe. Advertisement. Hold on. Hold on. I have to live through the ads. Yeah, make an asteroids example. The those type of examples can be really fun to sort of like see it work and like what is it called? Dog food, the engine. Okay, okay. Come on. Let's see. I want MetaMe is working on Ravec in unsafe rust. Sure. Let's go ahead and raid MetaMe. So I will first follow. Wrong raid. Oh, he's shouting me out for following before I did the raid. Okay, so anyways, we're all gonna head over there. I am probably not gonna hang out too long because I have to go get food and maybe collapse and take a nap or something. So with that being said, I hope that you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all next time. Bye.